So I was like, oh, I can kind of faintly hear it. So we can
request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, or sexist comments or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives, as well as public intoxication, the consumption or possession of alcoholic beverages and tobacco products, are grounds for removal from the site of competition and other disciplinary action. Thank you for your cooperation and enjoy the game. Good afternoon, fans, and welcome to Senior Day here at Frank Daly Field for today's football game between Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute and your Union College Garnet Chargers. At this time, please turn your attention to the field as we honor and celebrate the 2023 Union College seniors and their families. We will begin with the two student athletic trainers that we would like to recognize. They are Nicole Turpin and Mackenzie Black. Accompanied by Bill Hoy, Aaron Hoy, Mayreed Hoy, and Ryan Hoy from Medway, Massachusetts, number 2, Liam Hoy. Accompanied by Sherry Benachet, Ronan Benachet, and Sol Benachet from the class of 22, from Closter, New Jersey, number 3, Jake Benachet. Accompanied by Jeffrey Sullivan, Amanda Sullivan, Calvin Sullivan, and Gabriella Sullivan from Acton, Massachusetts, number 4, Nate Sullivan. Accompanied by Jennifer Lau, Stephen Lau, Sarah Lau, and Charlie Lau from Westport, Connecticut, number 5, Andrew Lau. Accompanied by Crystal Duncan, Jamal Pointer, Leslie Boyd, Tyrone Bates, Tracy Bates, and Olivia and Omari from Avenel, New Jersey, number 6, Jaden Duncan. Accompanied by Becky Bisho, Chris Bisho, Cole Bisho, and Gavin Bisho. From Portsmouth, Rhode Island, number 12, Kyle Bijot. Accompanied by Vito Sioka, Liz Sioka, and Arthur DiPietro from Rivervale, New Jersey, number 13, Jake Sioka. Accompanied by Tom Vanderhoof, Chris Vanderhoof, and Joe Vanderhoof from the class of 20 from Schuylerville, New York, number 22, Jacob Vanderhoof. Accompanied by Kathy Forsythe, from Marblehead, Massachusetts, number 29, Harry Forsythe. Accompanied by Jim Fiore and Lisa Fiore from Stony Brook, New York, number 34, Michael Fiore. accompanied by David Leon and Teresa Leon from Schenectady, New York. Number 54, David Leon. Accompanied by Casey Marcello, Dallas Polanco, and Kelvin Cordero from the Bronx, New York. Number 55, Giannis Polanco. Accompanied by Chip Batchelder, Allison Batchelder, Briggs Batchelder, Haley Batchelder, and Chad Batchelder. From Boston, Massachusetts, number 57, Sam Batchelder. Accompanied by Tom Donnelly, Sonia Donnelly, and Sean Donnelly from New Providence, New Jersey, number 81, Stephen Donnelly.
Frank. How you doing, guy? Good. What do you think today, man?
Union. At quarterback is 6'4", 225-pound senior, number 16, Dr. McKinney. At running back is 5'10", 205-pound junior, number 32, Jonathan Henderson. At wide receiver, a 6', 180-pound junior, number 5.
Hello and welcome to Frank Bailey Field on the campus of Union College. We're in Schenectady, New York for this afternoon's game that pits Union College against RPI. These Route 7 rivals renewing the rivalry, the 120th meeting between these two schools. The first meeting came all the way back in 1886, and this will be the 73rd meeting for the Dutchman Shoes Trophy. The schools have met every year since 1950, except for 2020 when both teams did not play a season. For the Dutchman Shoes Trophy, Union has won 49 of the previous 72 Dutchman Shoes meetings. However, RPI has won 2 in a row. Andrew Santillo and Connor Collette. It is a beautiful day for football. The temperature is a little cold maybe for fans, but it's certainly going to be fine for the players out on the field. It is partly cloudy. Temperatures will be in the mid-40s, but a beautiful sunshine here this afternoon. And just a humongous game, obviously, it always is when Union plays RPI. But this afternoon, even more so, as Union comes in at 8-1 with real NCAA Division III playoff possibilities. As if they win this game, they would be 9-1, finish second in the Liberty League, and have a real case to be one of those Pool C candidates in tomorrow's selection show, which is tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock. So, but the first things first, you got to win here this afternoon, and it won't be easy as RPI is 7-2, coming off a loss last week against Hobart. Andrew Santillo, Connor Collette, bring Connor in. This matchup, again, we've said it here. It's 120 meetings previously, or 119 meetings previously between these two schools. It goes without saying, Union RPI, big game, no matter what the sport, no matter what the records. Even more so, though, when both teams have been playing well.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of energy coming into this from both teams, and both of them have had great seasons so far. RPI had playoff chances pretty much going up into that last game where they had a tough loss versus Hobart. Didn't have their starting QB that day. We'll see if he comes back today. Could have some big implications in today's game. But Union went over to Buffalo and got the job done last week. A 43-17 victory. Big plays all around. Michael Fiore with 3 touchdowns and James Gillespie on defense with 2 interceptions. Union's playing their best football right now, and they're going to need it today against RPI.
Yeah, both schools lost to Ithaca. Union's only loss came out at Ithaca. RPI lost at home to Ithaca, and then, as we said last week, against Hobart. As Connor mentioned, the spotlight or the uncertainty between under center for RPI. Junior quarterback Jake Kazanowski, who's been the quarterback all season, did not play last week against Hobart. It was freshman Justin McCormick. So Kazanowski has his jersey on. You've got to imagine he's going to try, if he can, to get out there and play in this game. But we may see both the junior Kazanowski and the freshman Justin McCormick. This, again, a huge game. It goes without saying. These teams look so similar on paper as well. Both offenses average 38 points per game, over 400 yards per game, and both defenses have been very good. RPI allowing just 15 points a game. Union, on the other hand, 8 points per game, 4th best in the country, and they're even better when it comes to yards, under 200 yards per game, which is tied for 3rd best in the country. So this, again, we say it's always going to be a good matchup between Union and RPI. This certainly will be an outstanding matchup. We will hear from Union head coach John Poppy in his first Dutchman Shoes game here before kickoff of this afternoon's game. Again, Union 8-1, RPI 7-2, and what's even more special is these teams have had a lot of recent success. Union's last NCAA tournament trip was back in 2019, which was the last time they won this game. Which was a game played here in Schenectady. They defeated RPI 33-0, finished off a 10-0 season, went on to the NCAA tournament. RPI's won the last 2 meetings. They've also gone to the NCAA tournament. They didn't go last year, but they went in 2017, 2018, and in 2021 under I guess you could say, veteran now head coach Ralph Isernia, who's in his 11th year, 10th season on the sidelines for the Engineers, and 7 of those seasons have ended in postseason. You've got 3 NCAA tournament trips and 4 trips to the ECACs. Never had a losing season as RPI head coach Ralph Isernia. Went 5-5 in his first year, but he is 7-2 all time against Union. And I had a chance to catch up with him in the pregame, kind of asked him about that. And he kind of just said, we've been building a culture. We came in here, we've been able to get kids in, get our assistant coaches, get our program where we want it to be. But he's had a lot of success against Union. Again, 7-2. The only 2 losses were in 2018 and 2019. He just said we've been able to build a culture. And they've been very successful over the last 10 years in this rivalry. As it stands, we said 73rd meeting for the Dutchman Shoes Trophy. Union holds that edge 49-23. The 120th meeting all time, Union leads that series 83-32 and 4 ties. This is the oldest rivalry in the state of New York on the gridiron, and for Union, we talked about it. They've got possible playoff implications. They win this game, their resume will look very good at 9-1, potential NCAA berth. But Union head coach John Poppe said, we've got to figure this game out first. This one is obviously the biggest one because it's the next one, and he's although this is his first experience with this rivalry, he knows that this is obviously a huge deal for the program.
Obviously, looking at the matchup between these 2 teams, we've talked about it all year for Union. Their front 7 is really what makes them so good, only letting up 60 rushing yards per game this season. They're going to have to win this game in the trenches. On defense, they got to stop the run, and then RPI, prolific passing offense. They're going to need to get to the quarterback. They've let up 21 sacks this year, so Union has to get to the quarterback to stop whoever's back there throwing the ball from getting some scores for RPI. And then there's just the same thing on offense. We saw last week, Hobart able to run the ball very efficiently versus RPI and get the win. Union's got to be able to do the same thing today.
You mentioned it. The defense led by defensive coordinator Rick Flanders has been just flat out outstanding. Under 8 points per game allowed, under 200 yards per game allowed. They have 12 sacks, 13 interceptions. So they've been able to control the ball almost every game defensively with that unit. One thing to note, assistant coach and 1983 graduate Pete Brown, who was an assistant coach for Union and has been an assistant for 4 decades and played for the Union program. This will be his last regular season game on the sidelines. He also had a very accomplished career as a softball coach, over 300 wins between 1998 and 2009. His wife Gina, his children Christy, who was a swimmer here at Union, and Packy, who played football and lacrosse at Union, are both here today, as are, I believe, Pete's parents. So it's an emotional one for him as well. I talked to him before the game. He said, I've been here pretty much. He went away for a couple of coaching stops, but he said, I've been here pretty much since the fall of 1979. So it's a guy who's been here for 4 decades, and this is his final regular season game. And I'm sure there's some emotions for linebackers coach, assistant coach Pete Brown, who's on the sidelines as we're waiting both teams to come out here onto the field. Senior day also. So it's also senior day for Union. 20 student athletes being recognized prior to this game with their family members out on the field. So a lot of emotions. It's how do you control that as we hear the cannon being fired off and Coach Poppe leading his team onto the near sideline here. So how do you control all the, get rid of all the distractions, kind of control the controllables here in this big rivalry matchup?
It's really difficult. There's just so much emotion coming into this game, especially for Union, really riding everything on their playoff hopes right now. But so far this season, Union's done a really good job of just getting their jobs done when they need to. They've struggled with that in some past seasons. Last year falling a few easier games that you expect. But this year they've done a great job. Went up to Buffalo State, won the game they needed to win. Only loss against Ithaca was away. Tough one that they really fought hard. And I think Union will really be able to calm down with Coach Poppe at the helm and do what they need to do today.
Well, you mentioned a lot of those fifth-year guys and seniors. They came back, and they're looking for this to finish off this regular season. 2 years ago, both RPI and Union were 8-1. RPI had probably one of the most crazy final 30 seconds where they scored a touchdown, went for two and the win, missed that, got the onside kick, kicked a game-winning field goal as time expired to win and punch their ticket to the NCAA tournament. And this group was part of that team that lost that game, went to 8-2, then had a great start to last season. As you mentioned, a couple of losses at the end of the year. So this team has come back, and these players have come back with this game on their mind to try to finish this thing off. And they sit in a good position at 8-1 to try and have this potentially not be their final game of the season. But obviously this one is the big one.
Also a big point, a lot of these seniors have never beaten RPI.
That's true. The last Union win was in 2019.
Especially with COVID and everything, these teams really hungry to get a victory, a lot of these seniors who are leaving.
So the seniors are making their way out to center the field for Union. That is Stan Koss, Cole Da Silva, Jamar Edwards, and Tommy Cavallo. And on the other side of the field, we've got our 4 RPI seniors. The RPI team is on the far sideline. As we mentioned, Union head coach John Poppy is in his first season, 8-1 in his first season. Over on the other side, Ralph Isernia in his 11th year, 76 wins for Isernia, who was named head coach in March of 2013. And he brings his team here to Schenectady. So Union will receive the kick here and be going right to left across your screen. The seniors out there for RPI are Nate Sickard, Sterling Walker-Sutton, CJ Shoemaker, and Carlos Davis. 3 of the 4 on the defensive side of the field. Jake Kazanowski is one of the captains listed as well. He was not out there. We will hear from Union head coach John Poppy. We are being joined by Union head coach John Poppy. And, Coach, you've been a part of some special rivalries, Harvard-Yale, Williams-Amherst as a player. What have you come to learn about RPI and Union in what will be your first Dutchman Shoes game?
Just how long-standing the tradition is, right? Just the impact that this game truly has with the alumni. I mean, it was made pretty clear when I first got the job, but even this week, just the messages I received and the well wishes and some other messages from alums and you know, our administration. I mean, this game means everything to our school and our institution, our program. So those are definitely a little bit more emphasized this week.
I mean, you have a very, some guys who came back for fifth years, a lot of seniors who I think in part came back to finish this thing off the right way. What has been the message? Obviously, there's playoff implications and such, but what has been the message to your team this week in practice and leading up to the game?
Just play for the U. That's all we need to do is play for each other, fight for each other, and everything else will take care of itself, right? Doing what you're coached to do, being in the right place at the right time. And we can ignore the outside noise, so that way the message was clear as day. Focus on the U.
Both offenses average 38 points a game. Both defenses are really good. Offenses average 400 yards. In your mind, what maybe are going to be some of the keys or the X factors here this afternoon?
Tackling, right? Games like this, these rivalry games, it comes down to fundamentals. Who's going to tackle the best? Who's going to block the best? And in those crucial crunch time plays, who's executing best? That's been my experience in rivalry games, and I don't see this as being any different.
Thanks, Coach. We will be back. The 120th meeting, 73rd meeting for the Dutchman Shoes when we come back. Thanks, as always, to Union head coach John Poppy joining us there in the pregame as we get you set here for this Dutchman Shoes game between Union and RPI. So glad you could join us. Again, it's a sunny, very sunny day. Some clouds in the sky, but perfect football weather here in mid-November as these two rivalries, the oldest rivalry in the state of New York, will see one more chapter written here this afternoon. Union will get the kick. They will be going right to left. They're in their home gray uniforms with garnet numbers, gray jerseys, gray tops. Union will receive, and the ball will go out of bounds. It's kicked out of bounds. RPI wearing their road white jerseys. They've got black helmets, white jerseys, white pants, black numbers, some red piping on the shoulders, as that one will go out of bounds, and it should be good field position to start for Union's offense.
Yeah, definitely a lucky start there for Union. Looked like maybe attempt at a squib or an onside, maybe trying to nail one of those frontliners for the Union return team, but turns out lucky for Union. They'll start on the 35.
And this offense, which is been very good, averages 38 points per game, 467 yards per game, over 200 yards rushing and passing per game, and it's led by a senior quarterback, fifth-year quarterback, Donovan Piketty.
Union will start out 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end. They like this set, gives them a lot of flexibility in the run and pass game.
And it's Michael Fiore standing to Piketty's right, and he'll take the handoff here on first down, and he is run right into by Nate Sickard, the nose tackle for this RPI team, a junior captain from Taunton, Massachusetts.
Yeah, Union's trying to establish his run game early. It's a essential thing they need to do if they want to get offense rolling early in this one, but first play unsuccessful for Union.
Second down and 7, 30 seconds into this Dutchman Shoes matchup. Fiore motions out of the backfield. Piketty has time in the pocket. Now he's going to let it loose, and it's incomplete. It looks like it was intended for Landers Green, and it'll bring up third down and long.
Landers Green, the leading receiver for Union, kind of exploded in the second half of this season as the main target for Piketty. Look to see him down the sideline a lot today. Now a big third down for Union.
Union has not found itself in many of these positions, certainly at home this year. Third down and long. Coach Ralph Isernia said, want to try to make the opposition one-dimensional, get them behind the sticks. Well, they've done that here so far. Third down and 7. Piketty's throw is caught, and Green is going to be marked short of the first down line by maybe just about a half a yard here, as it was a good job by the RPI defense to swarm to the football.
Great read there by Piketty. Yeah. Had man-to-man down this sideline in the pre-snap read. Safety then dropped back to play deep coverage, and he found Landers Green just underneath there. Now fourth and about 1 yard. They'll line up for the punt.
Andrew Lau, the senior from Westport, Connecticut, puts his right foot into it. It's going to take a bounce. We'll see which way it bounces here. And it'll be down at right about the 20-yard line. So Union goes 3 and out on its first drive. Only took about a minute off the clock, 1:05. And RPI's offense will come out onto the field. Similar success to Union this year, 38 points per game, over 400 yards. And we'll see who is at quarterback here for the Engineers, as it looks like it is the freshman, number 12, Justin McCormack, who played last week against Hobart. He will get the snaps instead of the junior captain Kazanowski. First one is a run, and not much room there as the Union defense swarms and tackles number 5, Christian Buckley, and Buckley lost a yard.
This RPI offense is a little bit more pass-centric than the one you see at Union, but they're going to start out with a pretty heavy set, definitely looking to establish the run game with freshman quarterback in the backfield.
So second down, they actually moved the ball back to the original line of scrimmage, so it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Engineers. They take the snap, it's going to be a run, and a little bit more success this time for Buckley as he gets to the 25. It will be 3rd and 5. This is a Union defense, Connor, that has been very good all season, averaging their top 5 in the country in points per game allowed and yards per game allowed. This is a big play here. It'll be 3rd and 4 officially, it looks like, as the ball spotted just over the 25-yard line. 2 receivers to each side of McCormack.
Empty backfield. McCormick looking to pass. Only 5 linemen to protect.
First pass of the game for McCormick. Now he's going to scramble, and he has the first down as he's tackled by Gillespie and Jack Flanagan. So the play kind of broke down. McCormack is able to get 7 in the first down.
Union just getting a little bit greedy there. They saw the only 5 down linemen to protect McCormack back there. Got a little bit aggressive trying to get the sack and left a lane right down the middle for the first down.
We'll give you the starters here for RPI in just a second on offense. But it's 1st and 10 from the RPI 32-yard line. First drive of the game for the Engineers. McCormack in the shotgun. He's got 2 backs with him. A high snap, and it breaks the play down as it was number 1. That's Sterling Walker-Sutton, the receiver who was in the backfield there. Didn't have much room because of the high snap.
Jack Flanagan coming fast off the edge. That high snap gave him just enough time to find a 3-yard loss there.
Well, Walker-Sutton is a guy to watch. Coach John Poppy on the Union side said he may be the most dynamic player in this league. Number 1, Sterling Walker-Sutton, has 74 career catches. That time he was in the backfield and ended up losing some yards. McCormick takes the snap. He is running out of time, shakes a defender, now lofts it up and over the head of tight end Shane Allison. So to bring up 3rd down and long. We'll give you quickly the starters here for RPI up front as there's an Engineer player down on the far sideline. And it looks like it's one of the linemen. It might be Danny Beckenhuis, the left tackle. Up front for the Engineers, it's Beckenhuis, Nicholas Cerulli, Xavian Gatian, and JT Morello, Aiden Montiero are your starting offensive linemen. For McCormick, who's the quarterback, we've already talked about Sterling Walker-Sutton. Christian Buckley has been a good running back in the backfield, leads the team with rushing touchdowns with 8. And Caden White, who's the team's leading runner. RPI has 25 rushing touchdowns this season. It is the graduate student Danny Beckenhuis he was slamming the ground, but he's able to walk off under his own power, so that's nice to see. The big key for RPI has been the emergence of sophomore receiver Hayden Faraday, who has a team-high 50 catches for a team-high 691 yards and a team-high 6 receiving touchdowns. So he's been the guy to watch. Number 4, Faraday. Obviously, Walker-Sutton has had a tremendous career. 3rd down and 13. Big play here on this first RPI drive. They've already converted 1 3rd down. Running out of time is McCormick. Now he's going to tuck it and run, and he is going to get stopped short of the 40-yard line and short of the first down yardage.
Great stop there by Union. I think what we talked about in the pregame is really coming to fruition right now. This Union defense getting a lot of pressure on McCormick so far, and that's going to be their way to stop this passing game early. Just got to be a little bit more disciplined to not let McCormick get out of the pocket and get easy gains with his legs.
So 4th down, and it's Jared Elstein who is out there to punt the football away. And he's got a very high kick, short but high, and it's caught by Kevin Raybacks at the 30-yard line. And a fair catch is made, and Union will get the football with 10:43 to go here in the opening quarter. Well, we talked about both offenses averaging a right near 40 points per game. And, of course, it's the defenses who come out and establish themselves. Obviously, both have very good units as well. Union's statistically one of the best in the country. RPI is not much further behind at 15 points per game allowed. So Union's offense back out on the field. They went 3 and out the first time. They're going to hand it off to Jonathan Anderson. And Anderson is picking his way. And he is out close to the 38-yard line, a pickup of 7. And Union is going to go quick to the line here. They snap it. It's Anderson running up the middle. He's got a big hole. And Jonathan Anderson is on to the RPI side of the field as Back-to-back Anderson runs gets Union from its 30 all the way to the RPI 47.
First down there for Union. First time either offense is going to make it into opponent's territory. Union looking to capitalize here, say with 3 wide receivers and a wing back on the right side.
And Jonathan Anderson, who's had over 1,400 rushing yards in his career, 14 career touchdowns, is going to take the handoff again. Running right, spins away, and is going to get down to the RPI 40-yard line, pickup of 7.
We saw Union open up their first drive, 2 passes, 1 run. Now they seem to have really been able to establish the run game, which is the heart and soul of this Union offense.
Quickly to the line again. Paquetti fakes the handoff. He's going to keep it himself, and he's going to get the first down to the 35-yard line, running behind this offensive line, who will tell you the starters up there. Why don't we do it right now? Matt McCorkle, Luke Rader, I believe, is at left guard. I'm trying to see the numbers again with these Union Garnet numbers on gray. It's a little difficult. I believe Jake Rubin is at center. Kevin Dewing is the right guard, and Kyle Webster is at right tackle. Stan Koss, who's a co-captain, is suited up today, but I don't believe he's out there at right tackle right now. Paquetti designed run for him. He's going to take a big hit right at the line of scrimmage and be twisted down by number 33, Anthony D'Agostino, and you know him pretty well.
I do. Me and D'Agostino played right next to each other for 2 years at Chaminade High School down on Long Island. Great guy, hard hitter, had an amazing year so far for RPI.
Yeah, leads RPI in tackles for loss, and is tied with 2 interceptions as the team lead. That throw is caught inside the 20-yard line as Paquetti finds his target. It was Tolbert. And another first down for Union as they're marching down the field here. 8.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. They hurry to the line again. Anderson, like a battering ram, into the line. And he gets 2 or 3 yards down to the 15. So Union finding much more success here on its second drive. So Union had been moving quite quickly. Now they kind of slow it down here a bit. Paquetti in the shotgun, Anderson to his left. Actually, it's Fiore. They fake the handoff, and the pass is bobbled and dropped. I believe that was Isaiah Russell.
Paquetti just putting a lot of heat on that one. Hits Russell's pads and bounces out. Took the breath away from all the Union fans for a second as that one hung in the air. Big third down here for Union inside the red zone.
And I want to correct myself. It looks like Dan Haramis is at left guard, 57. Nick Olivola is the center out there on this drive for Union. So I apologize. Just trying to get a look at those numbers. Here's Paquetti. He's got time. He throws it into the end zone, and it's incomplete. And they'll bring up fourth down.
Paquetti had the man there, just tried to lead him to the open spot. Went a little bit too far outside the outstretched hands of Landers Green. And on comes Max Gluck. 3 for 3 last week at Buffalo State. Looking to get Union as the first team on the board here.
Max Gluck, the junior from Ridgewood, New Jersey, has had a very good year. 11 field goals in 15 attempts. 11 field goals is tied for 7th all-time in Union School history. From the left hash, the kick is up, and it is good. So with 7:34 to go in the first quarter, it is Union 3, RPI nothing.
Great job there by the Union offense, able to establish the run, opened up that big pass down the right side. Just some great textbooks offense, not quite able to punch it in at the end, but get some good points on the board early in this game.
Union fans, visit Katie O'Byrne's Irish Pub in downtown Schenectady, open for lunch, dinner, before or after Union games. It's a great place to watch college football, pro football, hockey with friends and family. That's the Katie O'Byrne's Irish Pub in downtown Schenectady, a proud supporter of Union College and Union College football. Max Gluck, officially a 31-yard field goal for the junior from Ridgewood, New Jersey. We said a 12 of 16 this year on field goals for Gluck, who has also done a nice job with extra points, 37 of 43. So Union got the kickoff to start this game. They went 3 and out, then they stopped RPI, and then the successful drive to go down and get 3. And now they'll kick the football away as it will be caught at about the 13. Navigating his way all the way past the 35-yard line. Now being pushed back, so it'll be good field position for RPI, was number 21, Caden White, running back. Did a nice job kind of with herky-jerky moves there. Nobody could really get a hold of him until he got out to the 35.
RPI looking deep in their book now to find out something that works. So far, been stuffed in the run game by this very strong Union front seven, only letting up 60 rush yards per game so far this season.
Handoff comes to Buckley. Buckley trying to stretch it out to the right side, and he is tackled. We'll give you the starters on defense for Union here, as that tackle was made by one of them, Miguel Rodriguez. Up front, a 3-4 look. Jack Flanagan, Jamar Edwards, Ethan Vanderbrink. Two captains at the linebacker spot, Cavallo and Cole Da Silva, along with Miguel Rodriguez and Spencer Goldstein, who's had a good season. And then in the secondary, Matt Mitchell and Emmanuel Green are the starting cornerbacks, and the safeties are Nathan Sullivan and James Gillespie. Connor, you mentioned Gillespie had 2 interceptions last week against Buffalo State. Here's McCormick's going to throw it. He's got his man down the near sideline. It's caught by the tight end, Allison. Shane Allison all the way down to the 35-yard line, or 37-yard line. It'll be a first down for RPI.
First completed pass there for RPI, and I think that's the first time Union really didn't have good pressure on the QB. RPI goes fast here, bubble screen to the left side. Going up the sideline for a big 9-yard gain there for RPI.
As McCormick completes it to Jimmy McGoey. So McGoey gets to the 29, pickup of 8. It'll be 2nd and 2, and now RPI going quick again. McCormick takes it himself. He may have the first down, but he got hit hard. It looks like he will have enough for the first down. Possibly. Maybe not. They're going to, well, yeah, there we go.
Looked like the spot was pretty far past,
Yeah.
but they were waiting for the signal.
So it'll be RPI first down, ball at the Union 27. McCormick, hard count, handoff. No, he faked it. Pass is in and out of the hands of Faraday, and we've talked about him, the sophomore from California, leads RPI in receiving yards, touchdowns, and receptions. Just that ball just a little bit behind Faraday. So that'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Good crowd here. As we've said, the sun is out. It is it's a little chilly, but it is mid-November here in the Northeast, and that sun's making it feel pretty good out there for the fans and the players. McCormick, shotgun, 2nd down and 10. Takes the snap a bit high. The handoff coming to the right side is Caden White. White trying to find some room. Started back in and then got tripped up by Miguel Rodriguez. It's going to bring up 3rd and long.
3rd and 10. RPI's going empty backfield again.
5 receivers, 3 to the left, the far side of your screen, for freshman quarterback Justin McCormack. He was 17 of 23 for 250 yards and 2 touchdowns, 1 interception last week against Hobart. 3rd and 10. Snap. Pass complete, and getting out of bounds close to the line is McGoey. And they're going to give him the first down. He gets inside the 15 to the 14. So they convert on 3rd and 10. They pick up 13.
Union defensive backs just playing a little bit too deep there, a little bit too conservative, trying to play the edge of those sticks. Able to get a short stop route underneath to get the first down for RPI.
McGoey has only had 10 receptions on the year, has 2 on this drive. He's set up along with Allison to the near side. 2 receivers on each side. White in the backfield with McCormick. First down and 10 for the Engineers. Take the snap, look to the near side here. McGoey again, as he makes his 3rd catch of this drive. That is a pickup of 4 to the 11.
Great team tackling there by Union. Goldstein had him first, and then coming over was Miguel and Gold da Silva to finish out the play.
Second down and 7. Union leading 3-0 here. RPI driving. They motion Walker Sutton into the backfield. So it's Sterling Walker Sutton in the backfield with McCormack. They fake the handoff, designed run, and McCormack gets a yard, it looks like, to the 10. It'll bring up 3rd down.
Play instantly sniffed out by the Union D-line. McCormick pulled that down to run. It looks like he ran right into a wall of gray. 3rd and 6 here for RPI.
Third down and 6. Crowd trying to get behind Union. McCormick takes the snap. He's being flushed to his right. Flag flies. McCormick has got the first down and goes out of bounds inside the 5, but the flag looks like it's going to be a hold against RPI.
Ethan Vanderbrink was tackled in the backfield as the defensive end for Union. Looks like this one will be coming back after a quick flag was thrown.
Well, we've talked about this Union defense, Connor. They have had just an outstanding year. They've had 3 shutouts, 2 games they've allowed 7 points, 1 game they've allowed 10 points, and they've allowed 17 points 3 times. So what does that add up to? Well, 8 points per game, which is 4th best in the country. RPI is threatening here as we get to the later stages of this first quarter. But this Union defense has not allowed many points all season.
And even in the 17 points games, a lot of those points weren't even let up by the defense.
Here's the snap. McCormick's going to heave it towards the end zone, and it is incomplete. There was a lot of contact between Faraday and the Union corner. I think that is Mitchell.
Great job by the Union D-line again. McCormick getting hit hard as he threw that ball. It was Ethan Vanderbrink and Jack Flanagan for Union getting home with the pass rush.
So 4th down and long, RPI is going to bring out its field goal unit, and Jared Elstein, a graduate student from Miami. And this is going to be about a 37-yard field goal straight away. The kick is a line drive, and it is no good. Wide to the left. So Elstein, who's 6 of 9 this season, now make it 6 of 10. And the Union defense holds with 2:55 left to go in the first quarter. The score will stay Union 3, RPI nothing.
A lot of pressure there by the block team for Union. Jake Benachet driving across. I don't know if that had an effect on the kick.
Yeah, Elstein has had 2 blocked this year. That was kind of a line drive that had the distance, but was way to the left. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Union. 2:55 to go in this first quarter. Snap, handoff. It looks like Fiore. And Fiore gets 4 hard-fought yards. Michael Fiore, who was one of the 20 seniors recognized before this game, over 1,600 career yards. 25 career rushing touchdowns, Connor, which puts him 9th all-time in school history.
RPI coming out this drive looking to try to stack the box a little bit more. Union's run game was very successful last drive.
So motion up front on this 2nd and 6. Paquetti fakes the handoff, throws it to the near side. Tolbert got a hand on it. There was a couple of players tied up there as it was Kyle Webster and Carlos Davis who were twisting down to the ground, but that one went off the hands of Tolbert, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
Union 4 wide receivers.
Some motion here, Raybacks, and it looks like they were lined up on the reverse sides that they wanted to be in. 5 seconds on the play clock. Paquetti takes the snap. He's going to throw it, and it's off the hands of Green. That would have been enough for the 1st down. And Paquetti did a nice job fitting it into the window there. And Landers Green, who's had a nice season, leads the team in receptions, receiving yards, and receiving touchdowns. I think we'll want that one back.
Von Tobel there in coverage for RPI. I don't know if he got a little bit of a hand on that or if just being in front maybe distracted Landers Green a little bit from catching that ball. Either way, we'll have a Union 4th down, and out comes Andrew Lau with the punt.
2nd punt of the game. Sterling Walker Sutton waiting at the 43. Catches it on the run and is tackled right away. As it'll be good field position to start for Union. Nice tackle by Union's Harry Forsyth, the senior from Marblehead, Mass. So RPI will start 1st and 10 at its own 45-yard line. So good field position for the Engineers.
Walker Sutton, great job just securing that ball. Got hit almost as soon as he caught it. Looks like it could have been an easy fumble there for Union, but Walker Sutton able to hold on.
2:06 to go here in the 1st quarter. Union leading at 3-0. McCormick takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to try to get to the outside, and Union does a nice job making that a minimal gain, although McCormick did a really nice job to kind of slip his way to the outside before finally being tackled after a 2-yard gain.
McCormick was able to slip a few tackles there, but some great just team tackling and rallying to the ball from Union like we talked about with Coach Poppy before the game. Leads to only a 1-yard gain after so much work.
2nd down for the Engineers. 1:30 to go in this opening quarter. Snap. McCormick looking here to the near side, and it's knocked away as it was a diving Cole Da Silva who leads the team in tackles, but he almost had his first interception of the season as he laid out to knock that one down.
Coming off of a 3-and-out for Union, an early 3rd and long for the RBI Engineers. We've seen them go to the empty set a lot in this situation so far. They'll keep the running back in the backfield now. 3 wide receivers to the open side of the field.
Kelly motions closer to the line here on the near side, and then he jumped off sides as the flags fly, and the refs had some help from about 3,000 or 4,000 fans in the stadium who were pointing out that move as Kelly motioned down and then got started just a tad early.
Yeah, no one really had to wait with bated breath for that call.
The referees kind of didn't even throw the flag. They were just like, okay, we got to throw the flags here.
Everyone knows what's going on here.
3rd down and 13 for the Engineers. Defense for Union trying to get off the field. McCormick sits in the shotgun. He's running out of time, and he's going to throw it. It's completed and tackled on that far sideline. Well short of even the original line of scrimmage, but McCormick did a heck of a job just to make a positive play out of that as he was being held by the ankles while he threw it.
Emilio Camus kind of cursing himself as coming off the field as what looked to be a for sure sack. Able to be escaped by McCormick and get back to almost the original line of scrimmage for this punt.
I think it was number 0, Gil Goldsmith, who caught that ball. It was only a 1-yard gain. Punt is high. It's going to drop and take an RPI bounce, now kind of go sideways, and it'll be down inside the 15, and that's where Union will start its drive with 23 seconds to go in the first quarter. Union fans can count on Nico's for great pizza and wings. Visit Nico's or call for delivery. Serving lunch, dinner, open late night. Nico's Pizzeria and Rooftop Tavern is located on State Street in the heart of downtown Schenectady. That's Nico's Pizzeria and Rooftop Tavern, a proud supporter of Union College athletics and Union College football. Just a note, we will have an interview with quarterback Donovan Piketty at halftime, so you'll want to stick around for that one. We'll take a look at the first half stats as we get close to the end of this first quarter. Running to the left and finding a little bit of success is Jonathan Anderson against this RPI defense, which we are ending the first quarter here, but we'll give you the starters for them up front here in just a second as Union hustles to the line to see, and they'll get a snap off here before we change sides, as Anderson has got the first down and a lot more as he's out to the 30, a pickup of 11. And that'll be the final play of the first quarter. And Union head coach John Poppy is out on the field rooting his guys along here in his first Dutchman Shoes matchup. And after one quarter here of the 73rd Dutchman Shoes game, it is Union 3, RPI nothing. Union fans, Brown Coach is the official charter company and a proud supporter of Union College athletics. Call Brown Coach or Brown Travel for all of your charter and travel needs. That's Brown Coach, a proud supporter of Union College and Union College football. So one quarter in the books here from Frank Bailey Field in Schenectady, New York. We talked about the ramifications here. Union win. They have a potential path to a Pool C bid to the NCAA tournament. But for these older players, these seniors and fifth years, just getting those Dutchman shoes back is the goal here this afternoon.
Definitely both teams came out strong, especially defensively so far this game. Union able in that one drive to really get their run game going, but have also had 2 quick 3-and-outs, looking to avoid that here.
In that first quarter, Union had the only scoring was a 31-yard Max Gluck field goal. RPI had a field goal opportunity that went wide left. That's why Union leads at 3-0. This is Anderson running to the far side, the left side, and he picks up a couple. Both of these defenses are very good, and so every yard is going to be tough to come by here. This RPI defense averages under 300 yards allowed per game, which at this collegiate level is very good. Union's allows under 200 yards per game. They fake the handoff this time. Piketty's going to roll out. Now he's going to let it loose. He's got Landers Green, and he makes the catch. Landers Green got behind the secondary, and it's a big play for the Union College football offense. And the sophomore from New Jersey.
Union able to get the run game going in those first couple drives. RPI just kind of keeps cheating a little bit closer to the run every play. There, they just leave one-on-one coverage for Green down the side, and Union takes advantage.
Union quickly to the line, and it's Jonathan Anderson, and he gets a couple of yards. I told you we give you the starters up front for the RPI defense. A 3-4 defense, Ethan Johnson, Nate Sickard, Brian McNeil. Linebackers are Shoemaker, Frederick, Von Tobel, and D'Agostino. And in the secondary is Cassius Johnson and Carlos Davis, along with Cortez Garrett and Diego Fernandez were the starters for RPI on defense. After the 5-yard gain by Anderson, it'll be 2nd down and 5. Piketty hands off. Fiore with a head of steam. And he's got a first down all the way down to the 5, inside the 5-yard line for Michael Fiore.
Fiore lowering the shoulder, runs over an RPI defender to get an extra couple yards, and Union will get up to the ball quickly, looking to punch this one in.
Union's had some success in this hurry-up offense. It's no, it's Pichetti! Touchdown! Donovan Pichetti puts Union on the scoreboard with a touchdown.
Pichetti walks on in. Even you were fooled, thinking Fiore had the ball. 2 RPI defenders went to tackle Fiore. Pichetti just walks on in.
Pichetti's 6th rushing touchdown of the season. His 11th rushing touchdown of his career, and extra point pending. Union is up 9-0. First touchdown of this afternoon's game scored by quarterback Donovan Pichetti. The extra point is up, and it is good. So with 13:15 to go in this first half, it's Union 10, RPI nothing after the 4-yard touchdown run by Donovan Pichetti. But Connor, it was set up by that 50-yard pass from Pichetti to Landers Green.
Union just sets that up all game. They're able to run, prove they can run on a very long, successful drive leading to the Max Gluck field goal. RPI has to cheat a little bit more. They bring more guys in the box. They stack it 7 or 8 guys. And then you have man coverage down the sideline, and Union's going to take advantage of that every single time. Hits the home run, leads to a big touchdown for Union, now 10-0.
So now RPI has to answer here. The Engineers, again, a very formidable foe here, averaged 38 points per game. They did lose last week against Hobart, but they have been a very good offensive team all season. Coach Ralph Isernia has said, if we can play complementary football here this afternoon, we'll have some success. This is a very short kick, picked up on a bounce at about the 18 by Caden White. And White still on his feet, fighting away from tacklers, and he gets out to the 32-yard line, and that's where RPI will start. Union fans, check out Advantage Rewards from Price Chopper and Market 32. Earn points while you shop, redeem for food or fuel savings. It's your choice. Visit pricechopper.com/rewards. That's Price Chopper and Market 32, a proud supporter of Union College athletics and Union College football. So RPI now out, down 10-0. They had the lead last week against Hobart, saw that evaporate. Now they trail here early. Here's White trying to bounce it outside. He gets to the corner, but by the time he does, he's hitting the sideline, as it was Cole Da Silva and Miguel Rodriguez, along with Jamar Edwards, running that down on the sideline.
Jamar Edwards, a diving tackle to trip up the runner for RPI.
No gain for White. White is RPI's leading rusher, just under 500 yards a game coming in, the freshman from Pottstown, Pennsylvania. Walker Sutton is the man in motion from right to left. McCormack, his pass is just off the fingertips of tight end Shane Allison. It'll be 3rd down.
Cormac saw an open guy there and even put the ball in a pretty good spot. Had to get it over the Spencer Goldstein, but still able to get to his receiver. Just not quite there. Now a long 3rd down, looking to go for the 2nd straight 3 and out for the Engineers. No wide receivers to the left, 3 to the right, and the tight end for RPI.
RPI's 6th 3rd down possibility already in this game, and that pass was knocked down on the far side. It's going to bring up 4th down. So RPI now 2 of 6 on 3rd downs in this game.
Jake Benichet underneath with the active hands to not even give that pass a chance of making it to the intended receiver. Out comes the punt team for the Engineers. 12:19 left in the half.
3rd down is a down that has not seen much success on either side of the field. Union, I believe, is 0 of 3. RPI now 2 of 6. And they have Elstein out to punt. Low snap. Just gets it away. High hanging punt that bounces at about the Union 40 and takes a nice RPI bounce all the way down inside the 30. So nice roll there for Elstein. And Union will get the football back here. Tremendous crowd here. Obviously, everyone knows what's on the line. 120th meeting between these two schools. And there is a large crowd on hand, and even on the far side, as you can probably see on your screen here over on the hill, fans from both schools well attended here this afternoon. Again, good weather always helps. The last time this game was played here, it was a kind of a rainy, sleety type game. Piketty on first down, his pass is complete to the far side, and only getting 1 or 2 yards is, I think that's Raybacks who makes the catch. Pickup of 1.
Great job defensively for Johnson, the cornerback for RPI, able to shed a block and get an ankle tackle there to really thwart any gain there for Union.
RPI has leaders at each level of this defense. Sicard up front, Shoemaker, D'Agostino at linebacker, Davis, a co-captain in the secondary. Handoff, not much room there, as it was the aforementioned Nate Sicard who busted through and got Fiore at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and long. 10-0 Union leading it with just a little more than 11 minutes to go here in this first half. Garrett Cafaro motions from left to right. Piketty drops back to pass. Now he's going to tuck it. He's got a long way to go, and he's going to be held up short. Got over the 35-yard line, but not much more than that, as the RPI defense has forced the 4th down, and now it looks like there's a player down for the Engineers. We mentioned RPI 2 of 6 on 3rd down. Union now 0 of 4 on 3rd down in this game. So it's going to bring up 4th and 3, 2 or 3, and I assume Union's going to bring out its punt team, but right now RPI has a player down on the field.
Seen a couple short 4th downs so far in this game. Neither team's risked it yet. Most of them came deep in their own territory.
We've talked about the implications. RPI would love to obviously win this game, go to 8-2, drop Union to 8-2, and spoil any potential NCAA chances for Union. But also, RPI would like to play in a postseason game, as they've so often done under head coach Ralph Isernia. Not sure who that actually was on that far side, but they did get off under their own power for the Engineers.
I believe that was Anthony D'Agostino. He's walking over the bench now.
And if it is, that is a big injury, as you well know.
Yeah.
The junior from Long Island leads the Engineers in tackles and tackles for loss this season. But D'Agostino doesn't need to be out there right now, as Union's got its punt team out. And it's a short punt, and it's going to take a RPI bounce even and be downed right at midfield. Not a great kick from Andrew Lau. So the Engineers will have terrific field position at midfield to start this drive early in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, a lot of pressure there from the Union punt return team. Andrew Lau feeling it, and just gets a high one, gets barely past the line of scrimmage, and it'll be all at the 50-yard line for the Engineers. As McCormick takes the field, 3 players in the backfield with him.
RPI trying to get its offense on track. They've had 1 missed field goal. McCormick fakes the handoff, went to throw, now pulled it back, now completes the pass to Gil Goldsmith. And Goldsmith is down to the 30-yard line, 20-yard pass after the short 14-yard punt, and now RPI will hurry up, as they've got it 1st and 10 at the Union 30, under 10 minutes to go in this first half. McCormick with a hard count. He's going to hand it. No, he's going to keep it. And he is going to get some yards to the near side before he's knocked down
Justin McCormick on the keeper. Tackled on the play, number 3.
By Jake Benachet.
It will be second down from the
McCormick picked up 6. They faked a handoff to Buckley. Second down and 4 from the Union 24. RPI threatening here. They had good field position. The drive started at midfield. This one is going to be a handoff. Not much room there as Buckley was tied up quickly by Jamar Edwards.
Looks like it'll be a loss of 1 there. 3rd and 5 for the Engineers. They need it the most right now. 9 minutes left, currently trailing by 10.
Third and 5, RPI 2 of 6 on 3rd downs in this first half. McCormick has 3 receivers, 2 to the far side. He's going to roll that way. He's being tracked down, and he is going to be, well, he just throws it, and it's going to be incomplete as he had a Union defender around his ankle, and it's going to bring up 4th down. And here, see if RPI has to go for it here because the ball is at the 25-yard line. It'd be kind of a long field goal, and it looks like they're keeping the offense on the field.
RPI sets up there for the max protect. They put it in a tight end. They have their running back block, but it still wasn't enough to stop this Union front 7. Went through the O-line like paper and get pretty much essentially a team sack there. But McCormick able to get it away quickly to save the yardage.
4th down and 5. McCormick takes the snap. Pressure, drop the football. No matter how this ends up, Union's going to get it. As that was 4th down, the pressure coming again as it was Cavallo who I think knocked it out. I don't know who recovered, but it was 4th down anyway, so Union's going to get the football. And once again, this Union defense comes up big.
Yeah, that was supposed to be a one-read pass there from McCormick. He pulls it back, doesn't do a drop, just looks to his first option. His first option, which is the one that's supposed to be wide open, was actually blanket covered by the Union defense. He had nowhere to go with the football, and by that time the pocket had already closed. Really nothing you can do there if you're McCormick.
And Union's defense just continues to have a lot of success here this season. Paquette's throw just out the outstretched arms of Robbie Tolbert as Union trying to go with a long pass on 1st down after that turnover on downs. They had a little bit of momentum trying to keep things going here.
We'll see D'Agostino is not on the field for RPI. Instead it's Lapuli.
Here's a run from Anderson. He gets about 3 yards out to the 32. And it'll bring up 3rd down and long. We talked about it. These two teams have been struggling on 3rd down here this afternoon. RPI 2 of 7, Union 0 of 4 on 3rd downs. Tribute to both defenses not allowing these teams to convert on 3rd down, but Union would love to. 3rd and 7 from the 32. And it looks like RPI got drawn off sides. Well, maybe not. False start for Union. Paquette trying to draw the Engineers off sides and ended up having one of his guys jump first. So that will make 3rd and 7, 3rd and 12. 7:44 to go here in the first half. We remind you we have an interview with Union's quarterback Donovan Paquette at halftime. Paquette played against RPI last year, 295 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions though in that game last year in Troy. Here's Paquette. Nice throw to Anderson. Anderson is going to be twisted out of bounds. So, again, our Union cannot convert on 3rd down as they pick up maybe 6 or 7 to the 33. Lapoli, who you just mentioned, the junior from Pennsylvania, made the tackle. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Drew Lau out to kick again. Was under pressure last time and hit a short, high-flying one. This time he steps up and pressure again. That one might have gotten touched. Makes it right to the 50. He'll take a Union bounce.
Another short kick from Lau. I don't know if he's kicking right into the wind, perhaps. It does look like the flag, the U.S. flag that is kind of blowing in that direction, but another short kick from Lau, and it'll set RPI up with good field position again for the Engineers. 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
The Union front seven's done an amazing job so far. RPI only averaging 2.5 yards a carry. Really going to need to lean on their passing game as they're looking to do here with an empty backfield.
McCormick in the shotgun, running out of time. He's going to throw it way downfield, and it's off the hand of his intended receiver. That's Sean Kelly. Pass incomplete. McCormick throwing the ball a lot so far in this first half. The freshman making just his second start. 6 of 14 passing in this first half for 62 yards for the freshman from New Fairfield, Connecticut. 2nd down and 10. 6:33 to go before halftime. McCormick takes the snap, fakes the handoff. The pass is caught. There is a flag down. It was caught by Faraday, and he's got a 1st down to the Union 40. And it's going to be on RPI here as the initial indication, which would wipe out a pass play of 14 yards.
Here we go, D. Here we go. Keep it up.
Flag was thrown on an ineligible man downfield, so they had the play action pass. That's one of the pitfalls with the RPO is if your offensive line thinks it's a run, they're going to start moving down the field. And on that time, it was a pass, and so RPI flagged for an illegal man downfield.
College rules are pretty strict on where those linemen can be, so got to be careful on those RPO plays. And a quick wipeout brings 2nd and 15 for the Engineers.
So what had been a 14-yard gain now backs RPI up to its own 41-yard line. And as you just mentioned, Connor, 2nd down and 15. McCormick takes the snap, fakes the handoff, now rolls to his left. He's going to fire it down the field. It's over the head of Kelly. And it'll bring up 3rd down and long.
A couple of open players there for the Engineers, but McCormick running away from his hand just doesn't quite have time to set his feet and get the ball all the way to his intended receiver, which I believe was
Kelly. Number 9.
All right, let's go, D. Let's go.
They've looked for him a couple times on this drive. 3rd down and 15. Again, we've talked about the struggles on both sides. RPI 2 of 7 on 3rd downs in this first half. Behind the sticks here once again, 3rd and 15 for McCormick. McCormick takes the snap, running out of time, and he goes down. Sacked. Big time sack there by, I believe that's Vanderbrink. Ethan Vanderbrink, the senior from Long Island, makes the big sack all the way back at the RPI 32.
Huge play for Union, especially now trying to win this field position battle. A couple of short punts for Union have inched RPI closer, even though their offense hasn't been very efficient. Now loss of 20, loss of 15 on that drive, and a short punt here. But it'll take a Union RPI bounce all the way down to the inside of the 30-yard line.
Yeah, Elstein didn't hit that one great, but got a nice roll as it was headed, kind of a line drive kick. But the Union defense holds once again, and it will start with the football at the 27-yard line. 5:14 to go before halftime. Union fans, just a quick walk away from the Union College campus is Schenectady's Doubletree by Hilton, offering full-service restaurant, a bar, pool, fitness center, meeting rooms. The Doubletree is the perfect location to host your next event. Mention Union College when you make your next reservation at the Doubletree by Hilton. Proud supporter of Union College athletics and Union College football. 1st and 10 for Union. 5:14 to go in this first half. Union leading at 10-0. This is Fiore into some hard-earned yards as he gets 4 out to the 31-yard line. RPI defense making everything difficult
Let's grind it out, oh, let's grind it out.
for this Union offense. The one big play that Union had was the 50-yard pass from Piketty to Landers Green, which set up the touchdown, a 4-yard Piketty run, which has Union in front 10-0 as we get to the closing stages of this first half. Piketty was faking the handoff. He's going to keep it himself, puts the head down, and gets close to the first down. Some pushing and shoving after the play is Matt McCorkle trying to finish off his block. And
See the penalty. Matt McCorkle instantly threw his hands up like, not me. We'll see if the extracurricular activities there more against RPI or Union.
the flag is right down at the base of the U there at midfield. Carlos Davis walked over and went to pick up the flag, and the referee said, no, leave it on the field.
Yeah, definitely need a spot for that one.
So we'll see here. Obviously, this is a heated rivalry between these two Route 7 rivals. The referee's taking a long time to discuss this. McCorkle was downfield finishing off the block, and the junior Lapioli didn't really care for that, and a couple RPI players jumped in as well, and it looks like Union's going to be marching backwards here.
You gotta be joking.
Looks like they got McCorkle there for blocking after the end of the play.
What's interesting, they said it was after the play, so it's a first down run for Piketty, and then they assessed the penalty. But what's a little strange is that the play ended, I guess it's a 15-yard penalty, so it moves them back to the 22. So it was a first down run by Piketty, and then the penalty moves Union back to its 22-yard line. Not much room here as it's Fiore running. And he's tackled by Diego Fernandez up from the secondary spot. No gain for Fiore to bring up 2nd and 10. Under 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Union leading 10-0. Ray backs the motion man from right to left. Piketty drops back. Has time, throws, pass caught. And getting enough for the first down is Landers Green, and he has got the first down up close to the 35-yard line. 33 is where Union will have a first down.
Landers Green been the target of the day so far for Piketty, as has been true for most of the season. Has 3 catches, including the big home run down the right sideline.
So Union's had 2 first downs on this drive. The problem is the 15-yard penalty backed them up. So they're getting close to where they were when they got the first down the last time. Faking the handoff and keeping his Piketty, bounces off a tackler and gets pushed out of bounds on that RPI sideline. He gets a pickup of about 3 or 4, as it looks like the ball will be spotted at the 37 or 36. So pickup of 3 for Piketty. Under 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Union got the ball to start this game. Fake there. They give the handoff here. Hole for Fiore's, bouncing off of would-be tacklers and then brought down by Cassius Johnson. But he's got enough for the first down to the Union 44, pickup of 8.
Fiore just ripping through a hole. Great job by the Union offensive line to open something up there with a great zone block to the right side.
3rd first down of this drive for Union. Piketty drops back. Now he's running out of time, and he's going to fling it to the far sideline. He got hit hard, and he is slow to get up, and not getting up to this point is the senior quarterback Donovan Piketty, as Piketty took a shot there on that first down pass attempt.
On will walk Patch Flanagan, the sophomore, to take his spot, as Piketty will at least take a break for a play with the whistle.
He's going to have to come out. Piketty, who we interviewed, and you'll hear that interview at halftime as trainer Cheryl Rockwood and head coach John Poppy are out there to look at Piketty, the Cobleskill Richmondville High graduate. And it looks like he's going to be okay, although he's kind of shaking it off a bit. He is under his own power. I don't know if it was his arm. Looks like his right arm he's kind of keeping it close to the, well, now he's hopping up and down. I think he'll be able to go back in here. As you said, though, Patch Flanagan, who's attempted 12 passes this season, 67 passing yards, 1 touchdown, will come into the game. And if you were RPI's defensive coordinator, I would expect a run here on this second down as Flanagan comes into the game. And he does hand it off to Fiore. Fiore bounces it outside, gets to midfield, pickup of 6. As the clock goes under 2 minutes, and Flanagan will come out, Piketty back into the game. Not saying that because Flanagan went, but somebody come in cold to the game. You don't want to just turn and let him loose. So they picked up 6. It'll be 3rd down and 4, and now we get a timeout.
Sprinting Coach Poppy down the sideline.
So Union will take a timeout with 1 minute and 37 seconds to go in this first half. Union leading 10-0. Union fans, New Country Lexus of Latham is a proud partner of Union College Athletics and invites you to experience breathtaking Lexus performance by coming in for a test drive today. That's New Country Lexus of Latham, a proud supporter of Union College Athletics and Union College football. 1:40 to go in this game. Obviously, this isn't the only big game going on in the country. We'll try to take a look at some other scores from around the country at halftime, look at the first half statistics, and we have an interview with senior quarterback or graduate student quarterback Donovan Piketty, who came out of the game and now has come back into the game for this 3rd down and 4. Union getting a field goal in the first quarter, 31-yard field goal by Max Gluck to make it 3-0, and then a Piketty touchdown run made it 10-0. Big play here. Union would love to keep this drive moving, try to get some points. RPI would love to get off the field. Union has not completed a 3rd down in this game, 0 for 5. Piketty going to wing it out to the near side. Fiore makes the catch, but he is hit hard by number 4, Success Frederick, who makes the tackle.
Frederick had that sniffed out the whole time. Piketty just nowhere else to go with that ball, especially on 3rd down. Had to send it somewhere. Ends up being a loss of 5 yards. Now 4th and 10 on their own 45.
And Union now 0 of 6 on 3rd down. Both teams have struggled on 3rd down here in this first half. I believe RPI took the timeout there. I'm not sure who took a timeout. The clock, play clock is at 25. 1:34 to go in this first half. Actually, RPI must have taken a timeout there because Fiore got hit in the field of play. So Andrew Lau out to punt. Had trouble punting it in this direction. This one much better. High hanging punt, fair catch called for, and it's loose ball as Walker Sutton had it go off of his hands, but he's able to cover it back up. That would have been disaster for RPI. Instead, Walker Sutton covers it up, And the Engineers will have it 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
A few RPI fans on the other side just had a heart attack as that ball was bouncing around for a few seconds. RPI looking to drive down and get some points on the board before getting it back after half.
Yeah, Union got the ball to start this game. McCormick's pass complete and taken down. That's 1. Sterling Walker-Sutton, pickup of 9. Clock runs. 1:10 to go in this first half. RPI has 2 timeouts. McCormick, pass complete to Faraday, and Faraday steps out of bounds with enough yards for the first down out to the 45, pickup of 6. Engineers 2 plays and a first down here on this drive.
RPI's bread and butter is these quick out passes, not giving time for the Union pass rush to get home.
McCormick's pass complete to Faraday, and Faraday all the way down onto the, or excuse me, it's Walker-Sutton all the way down to the Union side of the field to 29.
McCormick gets hit there, but is doing an amazing job of getting this ball out as fast as possible, not even giving the Union D-line a chance. He drops back again here.
Ducks away from a defender and then fires it on that far sideline, incomplete. Union sideline wanted a flag there as a couple of players made it close to McCormack, and if you asked the Union sideline, they said they were held. 48 seconds to go, 2nd down and 10. The ball is spotted at the Union 34. McCormack much more success getting the ball out quickly on this drive. Takes the snap. And a little bit too hot of a toss for Caden White, and he'll bring up 3rd down.
3rd down, not in field goal, quite in field goal range yet. We saw a missed field goal earlier for RPI, but now 3rd down is the main concern.
And Engineers are 2 of 8 on 3rd downs in this first half. Both teams have really struggled on 3rd down, and give credit to the defenses for making it a tough time on 3rd down. Here's McCormick, stands in, fires, the pass is complete. And it's a first down to the 20, a pickup of 14.
McCormick somehow able to find a hole in the double coverage on the sideline and gets a well-needed first down to get just barely into the red zone of Union.
First down for the Engineers, and now a timeout as Union will take a timeout.
Saw some real confusion there for the Union defense. A lot of hands in the air by Cole DeSilva and Nate Sullivan looking to the sideline for some direction.
39 seconds to go in the first half. Well, the last time this this game was played here in Schenectady, both teams were 8-1. RPI was trailing with under 30 seconds to go, and they ended up scoring 9 points in the game's final 29 seconds to win 19-17 and send themselves to the NCAA tournament, as Trevor Bisson hit a 36-yard field goal in this direction to win that game at the buzzer. Again, the Engineers scored 9 points in the final 29 seconds. Looked like Union had it a couple of times in that game in 2021. As RPI scored, went for 2 in the win. Union stopped them, then RPI got the onside kick and kicked the game-winning field goal. Here, a strange formation as they get it completed to Walker-Sutton. The ball is out, and Union is recovered. So Sterling Walker-Sutton made the catch and then fumbled it, and Union makes the big play on defense with 31 seconds to go in this first half.
What was about to be almost guaranteed points for the Engineers turns into an amazing Union turnover. That is a huge momentum killer for the Engineers sideline going into half.
Well, Union leads it 10-0, but RPI has got to be kicking itself. They've got a missed field goal in this first half. And as you said, on that drive, it looked like the Engineers were going to try and score and double dip, if you will, get the ball back to start the second half. But that fumble by Sterling Walker-Sutton will bring out Union's offense, and they'll just put a knee to it, and that will end what was a wildly entertaining first half. And Union leading it 10-0 after one half of play here from Frank Bailey Field in Schenectady, New York. Well, both teams and both fan bases will exhale here as the clock will hit 0-0 and we'll go to halftime. Union leading it 10-0. A field goal from Max Gluck in the first quarter and a Donovan Piketty 4-yard touchdown run has Union in front 10-0 here at halftime. Connor, your thoughts of the first half?
I think Union came out and pretty much executed their game plan. They were able to establish the run game early on that drive for the field goal, and that opened up everything they needed, getting the home run pass down the sideline for Landers Green. And then like we've talked about all season, the defense has just been phenomenal so far, holding RPI to under 3 yards per carry in the run game. The Union defense has been amazing, coming up with a big turnover to deny any points for the Engineers to end the half.
So once again, it's halftime. We have an interview with Union quarterback Donovan Piketty. You will hear that. We will step aside, and then we'll be back with the first half stats and a look to the second half. You are listening and watching to Union College football. At half, the 73rd Dutchman Shoes game, it is Union 10, RPI nothing. We are back. It is halftime of the Dutchman Shoes game between RPI and Union. And we are joined by fifth-year quarterback Donovan Piketty. Donovan, appreciate you taking some time. Talk about the decision-making, because you're a fifth-year student here. Talk about the decision-making process and why you came back for this season.
Yeah, obviously, just had a really up and down career. Came in as a freshman and we go undefeated, win the league, make a playoff run, and then I lose the Dutchman Shoes the next 2 years and kind of go downhill a little bit in terms of the record. So me and a bunch of my friends also came back, teammates on the team, and we just wanted to get back to that level of winning the league, winning the Shoes back, making the playoffs again. So it was kind of just a group decision to come back and try and get us back to that level of winning and the way that Union should be.
Sure, you mentioned it. There's a lot of fifth-year guys back, a lot of older guys on this team. You guys sit here with the last game 8-1. There's some potential, to make it to 9-1 and get to the NCAA tournament possibly. But this obviously is a huge game with the Dutchman Shoes too. I mean, in your mind, you guys are 8-1. Does that solidify kind of what you were saying, the reasons to come back? I mean, you guys have had a special season.
Yeah, it's funny. We're 8-1 right now, but we lost Ithaca, and we kind of were humbled by that. Obviously, we came back to win the league, and then secondly, to also win the Shoes. So we kind of made that Ithaca game bigger than it had to be, and we kind of went in that and just didn't play our best ball. So we know this is a huge game with playoff implications, and then obviously winning the Shoes not only for us but all the Union alumni. But we're just trying to go into this like it's another game. Don't make it bigger than it has to be, and just go in and play Union football, and everything should take care of itself.
We are being joined by Union quarterback Donovan Piketty, and Donovan, again, you mentioned it, 8-1. The offense has averaged 38 points per game so far this year, and the defense is only allowing 8 points per game. You guys are among the nation's leaders in both offense and defense. Why do you think the offense has been so effective this year? There's a number of new pieces coming into the season, and then also, what have you thought about how well the defense has played on the other side of the field?
Yeah. Obviously, spring ball last year, we had to learn an entire new offense. So it's a full new playbook that we're running. But all of the guys really just bought into it. Coach Scholes, Coach Gallagher, really doing a good job with with teaching us the new playbook, but everyone kind of just bought in and just spread the ball around. Our offensive line has been playing amazing. We have two amazing running backs with Fiore and John Anderson who you give them the ball, it's very rare they get negative plays. So they're going to push for positive yardage, if not break a big one. And then we just have a number of receivers. It's interesting if you look at, like, the stats. Like, there's really no breakout. Like, last year we were used to having Dre and Donovan just getting all the receptions. But this year we got, like, 5 to 6 guys just that can make a big play anytime for us on the perimeter. So very, very good offense and just a lot of different playmakers that we're trusting.
And then defensively, Coach Flanders has been there, since Coach Behrman came in, so he's been there since you've been there. What is I think the defense came in with some lofty expectations, but I think maybe they've even exceeded those. 8 points per game, I think, is 3rd or 4th best in the country.
Yeah. They are, and I've been saying this since the first game, they are legit. Having to go against them in preseason, dropping back and instantly having Jamar right in the backfield, I was like, all right, yeah, these guys are going to cause some issues for some teams. But, yeah, they're very fifth-year senior-led, just a lot of great playmakers, and they're definitely one of the best in the country, and I'm happy they're on our team and I don't have to play against them.
We are being joined by Union quarterback Donovan Piketty, and Donovan, you're a local guy to the Capital District, Cobleskill native, went to Cobleskill Richmondville High School, was a 3-year quarterback there, set the school passing mark there. You mentioned earlier your career. How would you assess, this is your 2nd year as the starting quarterback, how would you assess and how do you believe you've developed as a quarterback from maybe first game of your, first starting game last year to the last regular season of your final year?
Yeah, I would say I developed a lot in college. Coming from Cobleskill, super small town, kind of was just an athlete on quarterback. Didn't really have footwork. Didn't really know how to make reads, any of that. Came in college ball was kind of a shock to me. Just how different it was as being a quarterback and trying to be a leader on the field. Coach Jeff Behrman did a great job with that. He really sat me down and taught me how to be a quarterback, which I started to learn throughout last year. And then I feel like this offseason and this new offense has just kind of allowed me to take it to another level. Being able to audible at the line, being able to just take what the defense gives me, and then just trying to be a 5th year, be a leader on and off the field, I think is also important as the quarterback. But yeah, developmentally as a quarterback, it's been a long process, but I feel like I've handled it pretty well. And this year, I think I'm doing the best that I can do with this new offense.
So you mentioned it, Donovan, coming from Cobleskill. Was it always quarterback that growing up when you were playing football, obviously in high school you played quarterback, but was it always quarterback that you were playing, even back to your maybe Pop Warner days? And what is it about the quarterback position that you enjoy playing?
Yeah, since I was in Pop Warner, I always was the quarterback. I was the pitcher for baseball and the point guard for basketball. So I think quarterback, it's just being able to have the ball in your hands when big plays need to be made, being able to run the offense. And then just having a strong arm growing up that kind of just threw me back there. But, yeah, being a quarterback, just being the leader. You get a lot of praise when you're doing well, but you also get a lot of the blame when you guys aren't doing so well. So being able to handle that, being able to handle the highs and lows, I think is important. And, but yeah, just kind of just love the position, love everything about it, and yeah.
Being joined by Union quarterback Donovan Piketty, and Donovan, we've mentioned it. This is your 2nd season playing as the starting quarterback. Back-to-back over 1,800 yards passing, which puts you at over 3,700 yards passing in your career, which is actually 8th all-time in school history. Obviously the records and those sorts of things, will be something to focus on, as you move on through life. But what does that mean that you're going to see your name, in the record books here in the top 10 of all time? Union's been playing college football. Now, granted, the game is a lot different. There's more passing now, but Union's been playing college football for over 100 years, and to see your name as a top 10 passer in school history, what does something like that mean?
Yeah, obviously, Union football, it's a very historic program. Some of the best football players at the D3 level play here. So to hear that is pretty darn cool. And I say that honestly, but lost the Shoes last year. Didn't have a great year last year. So I think more importantly for me is winning this game right now, winning the Shoes, making a playoff run, and then if we can do that, then I'll look back at the stats and I'll be all right. That's pretty cool. But if I have those stats and we don't end up winning, then it kind of means nothing to me, to be honest.
Being joined by Union quarterback Donovan Piketty, take us back. This is your 5th year at Union, and again, we've been talking about it. You're a local guy from the Capital District, Cobleskill native. What was it about Union that kind of attracted you to the school, and what ultimately made it the right place for you to continue your academic and athletic career?
Yeah, obviously growing up local, grew up coming here for camps, playing AU tournaments here for basketball. So kind of my entire life, I was like, all right, I'm never going to go there. Too close to home. I got to get away from mom and dad. And then kind of growing up, started the recruiting process. Just when I stepped on campus, I kind of just fell in love with it. Obviously, I was recruited by Coach Bramman at the time, but the coaching staff, Coach Brown, Coach Flanders, they all do a great job with making you feel important, making you know that this is the right place for you. And then obviously the academics here are top-notch, and just talking to alumni, they really care about you. Union football alumni really care about you. They want you to do well. So just having conversations with them, I knew this was the right place for me.
Again, being joined by Union quarterback Donovan Piketty. So we've gotten through the longer questions. This is our quick hitter section, if you will. So this will just be, I'll just ask you, your favorite this, and then you kind of answer. We'll just go from there. So how about favorite sports team? Doesn't have to be football. Could be one growing up or one now.
I've always been a New York Giants fan. Mom got season tickets. Her dad did when she was younger, so I was kind of born into being a Giants fan. Not doing too well right now, though.
How about favorite player? Again, doesn't have to be football. Doesn't have to be a quarterback. Just somebody that maybe you enjoyed watching growing up or now even.
I would say LeBron James. I think he's the best basketball player of all time. So I think he tops Jordan. So LeBron James.
Well, that starts quite a debate for another time. How about favorite TV show or something that you're watching, recently?
Ozark was good, but also classic is just South Park. That's always good to scroll through and stop at.
How about favorite movie?
Christmas is coming, so I'll say Elf is my favorite holiday movie. I'm not sure about favorite movie of all time.
All right, that's a good choice though. How about favorite? This is a good one. Favorite food? Maybe it's your number one order, or when you go home, it's something you gotta have. You gotta have made for you, something like that. What's your favorite? Is it Italian, Mexican? What's favorite food items?
When I go home, mom likes to make some fresh lasagna and some garlic bread. So that's always nice to get off campus and enjoy a home cooked meal. And
then how about this? So you're a Dean's List guy. You're a good student, economics major. How about favorite class at Union that either you've taken or are currently taking? Doesn't have to be economics.
My freshman year, I took the Holocaust class with Professor Burke, and although it's not the most uplifting class in the world, it's extremely interesting and pretty eye-opening to our history. So the Holocaust class with Professor Burke.
And then I didn't prep you for this one, so favorite, or I shouldn't say favorite, final question. You've got 10 career rushing touchdowns, 27 career passing touchdowns. If you're going down, game-winning touchdown, passing touchdown, or rushing touchdown for quarterback Donovan Piketty?
I would go with a rushing touchdown as long as I get to truck someone going into the end zone. That makes it more fun.
Well, that's perfect. Well, we have been joined by Union quarterback Donovan Piketty. We appreciate the time, and best of luck here. This is halftime of the Dutchman Shoes game between Union and RPI. Back here at halftime at Frank Bailey Field in Schenectady, New York. It is Union 10, RPI nothing. We'll take a look at some of the first half statistics.
So far, a lot of the things we talked about in the pregame have kind of come to fruition. Both offensive have been relatively successful. Only 9 first downs for Union, 8 for RPI. RPI still unable to get on the board so far. Had a missed field goal and then a big fumble in the red zone at the end of that first half, leaving them scoreless so far. But Union been dominant in the rushing game, 115 yards on a 5.0 average. Been dominant there so far, while RPI has really struggled against this really tough Union front seven, only 1.7 yards per attempt. But RPI been very successful in the passing game. 122 receiving yards so far and 11 receptions, really been their bread and butter. The only way Union's been able to deal with that so far is getting pressure on McCormick. They have 2 sacks so far, and they're going to need to keep pressuring him and sacking him if they want to try to take care of this RPI passing game. Going into some of the individual stats, McCormick 11 for 22, 122 yards so far, 50% completion. Main targets been Goldsmith and Faraday, 3 for Goldsmith, 2 for Faraday, but it's been pretty spread out along for all his wide receivers so far. And then for Union, big catches for Landers Green so far, 3 receptions, 67 yards. He had a long of 50. Big one down the right sideline was the home run for Union that got them their first score earlier today. Donovan Piketty, 7 for 14, 50% with 87 yards. And then for rushing, Jonathan Anderson, 55 yards so far. Michael Fiore, 36.
So that's a look at the first half statistics. Again, the 2 things I would note is, Connor, third down struggles, fourth down struggles. RPI 3 of 9 on third down, 0 of 1 on fourth down. Union 0 of 6 on third down. So the defenses have kind of had the day here this afternoon. You mentioned the one long pass from Piketty to Landers Green that was 50 yards, set up Union's Union's only touchdown, the only touchdown so far this afternoon, as Union leads it 10-0 over RPI. The Engineers had their chances in that first half. They missed a field goal in the first quarter, and then they fumbled right before halftime as Sterling Walker-Sutton made a catch. It looked like the Engineers were going to put some points on the board and then get the ball to start this second half, but Sterling Walker-Sutton fumbled the football, and Union recovered. So Union's defense definitely bend but don't break in that they've, RPI has 0 points, but they've moved the ball, and they've had some opportunities. The missed field goal and the fumble down deep in Union territory. I would say freshman quarterback McCormick, even though his numbers don't look outstanding, 11 of 22 for 122 yards. He's been getting a lot of pressure put on him, and as a freshman making just his second career start in such a big game, he has done a good job at not. He has a fumble, but that was on a fourth down play. That would have been a turnover on downs either way once the play resulted in not a first down, but hasn't really made too many mistakes. Again, I don't know if you want your freshman quarterback throwing the ball in his second start to throw the ball 22 times in the first half, which would put him on pace for over 40 throws in the game. So we'll see what happens here. Union's back out on the near sideline. RPI being serenaded by its pep band as it makes its way out onto the far side of the field for this second half. And if this is a game of adjustments, what did Union head coach John Poppy and RPI head coach Ralph Isernia make at halftime, what adjustments were made, and let's see how they go into the second half here. Union fans, as we get ready for this second half, the Union College football team would like to thank the following sponsors for their support this season. Brown Coach, CDPHP, Marcella's Appliance Center, Courtyard Marriott Mohawk Harbor, Curtis Lumber, Doubletree by Hilton, Katie O'Byrne's Irish Pub, Ortho New York, New Country Lexus of Latham, the Homewood Suites, All Town Fresh, Hampton Inn, downtown Schenectady, all proud supporters of Union College athletics and Union College football. As we get ready to start the second half, the other thing I would say, Connor, to note is it seemed like teams had less success kicking to our right, which I guess technically would be the south end zone.
Yeah, you can definitely see a strong wind coming. You got the flag down at that end zone, blowing our direction. A lot of struggle there for Andrew Loud. A punt ended up kind of hurting Union in the field position battle a lot, especially for one that was so close with a lot of punts. Only a 26-yard average in 5 punts so far for Union, compared to about 40-yard average for RPI. We'll see if that has a flip later in this game.
So Union's kick team is out there to kick the ball away to start this second half. RPI's return team making its way out onto the field. The only scores in this game, first quarter, a 31-yard field goal by Max Gluck, and then a 4-yard rushing touchdown early in the second quarter by Donovan Piketty. Union leading it 10-0, and it will be Union that will kick the football away here to start the second half of this 73rd Shoes matchup between Union and RPI. The winner gets the Dutchman Shoes trophy, and we've got one half left to decide who will be the winner of this 2023 Dutchman Shoes game. Kick is a short kick picked up by White, and he is out close to the 40-yard line, so it'd be good field position to start this drive for RPI, as it was a short line drive kick fielded by Caden White, and he runs it out to the, I don't know where they're going to spot this. I thought it was maybe at the 30. I have no idea where they're going to spot this. I thought it was closer to the 35. They're going to spot it at the 39.
He took a long slide while he was going down.
Yeah.
Kind of made a weird spot. This RPI offense is going to look to thrive off the quick pass that was working in that second at the end of the first half.
McCormick is going to keep the first offensive play of the second half, and he's got enough for the first down, and he was pushed out of bounds. By Spencer Goldstein, sorry.
McCormick was the leading rusher for RPI in the first half. Was really the only one who could get anything going. We'll see if they try to lean on him in the rush game a little bit more to get something going.
13-yard run to start the second half for freshman Justin McCormick. He's going to hand it off this time, and it's going to be Buckley ahead for not much, as the Union defense is there with Cavallo leading the way to make that tackle.
RPI trying to establish the run to open up the pass a little bit more after really having to completely lean on their pass in the second quarter.
Well, it goes without saying, this game always has huge ramifications. RPI 7-2, trying to qualify for a postseason game. Union 8-1, trying to qualify for the NCAA tournament with a Pool C bid potentially if they can win this game and finish the season at 9-1. Sterling Walker-Sutton was the man in motion. They fake the handoff to him, and it'll be McCormack, and he is tackled in the backfield. Union getting all sorts of pressure there, as it was number 95, Ethan Vanderbrink, and it'll bring up 3rd and long for the Engineers.
RPI trying to establish the run, but unable to do so. Union D-line goes unfooled by the fake jet sweep, and they'll send on 2 extra DBs and take out Miguel Rodriguez and Cole De Silva for what has to be a passing down here for the Engineers.
3rd and 13, back on the RPI side of the field at the 49. McCormick has time. He's going to loft it up, and it is caught by Faraday, who was running between 3 Union defenders, and he's all the way down to the Union 20. So on 3rd and 13, the Engineers pick up 31.
Just a miscommunication there. The cornerback played up on the lower route, but no one got deep enough to cover the wide receiver there. A quick bubble screen gets a short gain for
Union
RPI.
didn't look to be ready on that snap as they completed the pass to McGoey for a pickup of about 5 or 6 on first down. You said it, both teams seem to have more success when they're going up tempo, and RPI is going to do it again here on second down and medium, 2nd and 4, we'll call it, from the 15. McCormack takes the snap, has time in the pocket, is going to throw it, it's caught. It is not caught, it's incomplete. It was Faraday who looked to make the initial catch and then had it jostled out of his grasp, and it falls incomplete.
The Engineers are doing a good job of finding different ways to give McCormick just some extra time in the pocket, running an RPO there to just confuse the Union D-line so they can't get a clean pass rush. We've seen a lot of that after the pressure was the real killer for the Engineers in the first half.
Good first drive for RPI of the second half. 3rd and 5 from the 15. McCormack drops back, running out of time, and he's sacked. Back at the 20-yard line as it's Cavallo and Jamar Edwards, and it's going to bring up 4th down. And the field goal team will come on for the Engineers.
3rd sack of the day for this Union defense. RPI's got to find a way to protect McCormick if they're going to keep passing the ball as frequently as they have been. We'll see the 2nd field goal attempt of the day. The first was missed earlier.
This is Jared Elstein. It'll be about a 37-yard field goal from the right hash. The hold is down. The kick is a line drive laser, and it is no good. Wide to the left.
Very similar to the last one, a laser kick that goes wide left. Just a little overcompensating for being on the right hash, and Union will keep the shutout going.
Well, 2 years ago, that was the upright, and that was the direction that Trevor Bisson, the All-American soccer player, who was picked up by the football team, kicked a game-winning field goal, a 36-yarder, so almost exactly that similar play as Bisson, except he knocked that one through some raindrops that were falling to give RPI a 19-17 victory. This afternoon, it's been Elstein who's missed 2, and Union stays in front 10-0. They get the football back with 11:42 to go in the 3rd quarter. Shotgun snap to Pichetti. They're going to hand it off. Big hole for Michael Fiore, carrying the RPI defenders all the way down to the RPI 43-yard line. Michael Fiore hits a big hitter, and it's a big play for the Union College offense.
Another huge hole created by this Union College O-line, and Fiore just takes every advantage of it. Drags 2 RPI defenders an extra 15 yards. We talked to Coach Poppy that tackling would be huge, and comes up big there.
37-yard run for Michael Fiore has put Union in good shape here on the first play of the second half. Offensive play. Fiore again twisting and turning down to the 35-yard line as it is a pickup of 8, and it'll bring up 2nd down and short. So Union, the crowd coming alive here at Frank Bailey Field as Union's trying to take its first offensive drive of the second half down and put some points on the board after the missed field goal by the Engineers. 2nd down and 2. Pichetti takes the snap. He's going to hand it to Fiore. And Fiore, not as much room, but he's got enough for the first down, tackled by Lapioli. That was a pickup of 4.
Even there, seemed like there was no room for Fiore, but able to put his head down, barrel through the line, and get a gain of 4.
10.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Union leading 10-0. Trying to drive down the field on this first drive of the second half.
Union staying with the extra blockers on the inside, 2 tight ends and a wingback.
RPI 4 down linemen. They're going to hand it off again with Fiore, and Fiore continues to drag the pile all the way down inside the 20. It'll be a first down for Union.
Fiore's been amazing so far this season. 10th the country in touchdowns, had a great week last week, 3 touchdowns.
Tackled on the play, number
on 38 carries last week, tied for the most ever in Union College history with Ike Irabor. And it looks like Union's leaning on him again today.
Fiore also closing in on the 1,000-yard mark of his season. He's already over 1,600 career rushing yards. Fiore, this time, he's going to get met in the backfield as Lapioli came up from the linebacker spot to hit him, and it's a no gain.
It will be second down.
As the ball is spotted back at the 20, he may have lost a yard there, but Fiore's been the story on this drive so far. It's Anderson who's out there now as Jonathan Anderson's come into the ball game. So a fresh running back out there for Union on this second down. About 9 minutes to go in this third quarter. Union leading 10-0.
Union takes one of the extra boxes and puts him in as a receiver, but they'll keep running it here.
Anderson's got some room inside the 15. Pickup of 6 or 7, and it'll be third and manageable for Union. Under 9 minutes to go in this third quarter. Obviously, plenty of game left, but Union would like to get another score here. RPI has missed 2 field goals and a fumble deep in Union territory, which has cost the Engineers chances at points in this game. 8.5 minutes to go in the third. Big third down here as it's 3rd and 5 from the 14. Paquetti has 2 receivers here to the near side. RPI showing the blitz. They bring the pressure. Anderson's able to get through the initial line, and he's down inside the 5. There is a flag down, and that's not a good sign for Union.
It was a really quick throw of the flag, and look at a motion for a hold against Union. They'll discuss this one. It's going to be coming back on a very important third down.
Anderson, a little bit surprised that they ran it there on 3rd and 5, but Anderson got all the way down to the 1 or 2 yard line. Obviously aided, I guess, by a hold, which will push Union back, and this will be a 3rd and very long now. After the 10-yard penalty will push Union back to the 25-yard line. So now it'll be 3rd and 15 after the hold.
Union will send in a 4th wide receiver. Look at Landers Green, bottom of your screen, in man coverage.
Again, RPI shows blitz. This time they drop out of it. Paquetti has got his man on the far side, but it's not a very big pickup inside the 20 to maybe the 18. Pickup of 6, and Union will bring out its field goal unit.
It will be 4th down.
Number 11, Kevin Raybacks with the reception. Just get a few extra yards to help out Max Gluck here, looking to make it 13-0.
Not exactly on that left hash. This will be a 35-yard field goal for Gluck, who's 1 for 1 on the game, 12 for 16 on the season. Kyle Bicho is the holder. Hold down, kick is up, and it is no good.
Gluck unable to compensate for being on the left hash. That one pretty much goes perfectly straight, but misses left of the uprights.
So Gluck, who has a long of 40 this year, that one was from 35, misses to the left, and we've had 3 field goal misses in this game, and 2 in this second half. 7:20 to go in the third quarter. It's still 10-0 Union, but the Engineers will get the ball back at the 20.
Union able to eat a lot of clock on that drive with pretty much a run-only set of plays. We saw 1 completed pass.
1st and 10.
1st and 10 for RPI as they run the ball up the middle. Not much there, as it was White who got maybe a yard up to the 21.
2nd and 9.
Under 7 minutes to go in this third quarter. RPI has 4 wide receivers, including tight end Allison, who's on the near side here. They're going to throw it to the near side. It's caught by McGoey, and McGoey has got enough for the first down. It is a 10-yard pickup to the 31. That'll be a first down and 10 for RPI.
McGoey been a major target of the day. That's his 5th reception so far.
Yeah, he only had 10 catches on the year coming in, but the junior from Killingworth, Connecticut, has been a mainstay of this RPI offense here this afternoon. First down and 10. McCormick's pass is intercepted. It's picked off by Jake Benechet. And a huge turnover there as the Union defense comes up big. The interception by Benechet. And Union is in good position, although Benechet is a little shaken up. Actually, yes, I believe Benechet, who had the interception, is shaken up there after the tackle.
Union defense coming up big. Their second turnover when it matters the most. And just giving this RPI offense nothing. Bertagna comes on the field to try to capitalize. Ball on the 23 of the Engineers.
For Jake Benechet, the senior from Gloucester, New Jersey, he's being looked at by a head athletic trainer, Cheryl Rockwood. Maybe just had the wind knocked out of him there. He may have landed on the ball. Paquetti takes the snap, gives to Anderson. Anderson has some room. Now he lost the ball, it looks like, and there's a fight for it as there's no indication, and now it's whose guess here underneath the pile.
Long time waiting for that whistle as they were fighting down there.
Looks like Union has recovered the fumble. It looks like Anderson himself came out of the pile with the ball.
Turnovers killing the Engineers offense right now. It's their second of the day, with Union having 0 so far.
Yeah, 2 turnovers, a turnover on downs, and 2 missed field goals this afternoon for RPI. Paquetti takes the snap. Fiore. Not much room there. Give credit to the RPI defense on 2nd and short. The Engineers plug up the middle as Brian McNeil was in there.
Engineers are going to have to dedicate a lot more resources to stopping this run game. Should open up some passes for Paquetti. See a lot of man coverage on the sides.
Huge 3rd down and 1 here from the 14. Looked like Union was trying to draw RPI off sides, and it looked like it almost worked. 15 seconds on the play clock.
Union 2 extra blockers on the left side.
Paquetti takes the snap. Some hesitation there, and now being stopped behind the line is the running back. I believe that was Fiore. So it'll bring up 4th down.
And after a little bit of exchanges and a few plays, Max Gluck will have a look at almost the same exact field goal he kicked before.
This one will just be a touch shorter. It looks like it'll be about officially a 34-yard field goal. This is from straight away, though. Gluck 1 of 2 on the game, 12 of 17 on the season. This kick is up, and it is good. Big time kick there for Max Gluck. As with 4 minutes and 26 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, Union now leads it 13-0. For Gluck, his 2nd field goal of the afternoon and his 13th field goal of the season, which puts him among the top 5 in single-season field goal kickers of all time in Union history. Union fans, stay at the Hampton Inn by Hilton during your next trip to Schenectady. Located in historic downtown district, only minutes from shops, restaurants, and the Union College campus, the Hampton Inn offers an indoor pool, fitness center, and complimentary hot breakfast. Mention Union College the next time you book. That's the Hampton Inn in downtown Schenectady, a proud supporter of Union College athletics and Union College football.
Andrew Lau here to kick. Wouldn't be surprised if we see another low flyer. It's been difficult with the headstrong wind from the south end. Ball falls over.
Officially a 33-yard field goal kick for Max Gluck. So Gluck has a 31-yard field goal and a 33-yard field goal, sandwiched around a 4-yard Donovan Piketty rushing touchdown. That's all you're scoring here this afternoon as Union leads at 13-0 with 4:26 to go. Yeah, kind of a short kick, bounces at the 21. It's fielded there by White. White starts in now, jukes out and gets out to the 35-yard line, where RPI will start this drive, first down and 10.
RPI had a lot of opportunities to score today, but some crucial mistakes have prevented them from being able to get on the board at all. Going to need to move fast here. 4:17 left in the game, down by only 2 scores.
Union got an interception on the last RPI drive, which set its offense up with good field position. McCormick, pass complete on the far side to Faraday. That last interception by McCormick, though, really, I would say his only real mistake as a freshman playing in his second career game.
He's done a great job of getting the ball out as quick as possible. They're not going to be able to stop this Union D-line from getting pressure, but they can try to eliminate as much as possible. Another quick pass on a comeback route will be completed.
That's Allison who makes the catch. Pick up a 4. It'll be a first down at the RPI 48. Engineers go up-tempo, and batting it down is Jaden Duncan. Duncan made a nice job to get through there and get his hand and knock down that pass. You had just mentioned it, Connor. Get the ball out quickly with McCormick. Well, that time Duncan swatted it away.
The problem with a lot of the quick passes, you have to know where you're going before the ball is snapped, and if the defense is able to read that, it leads to play like that with a swatted ball, and it led to the interception by Jake Benesay.
Second down and 10. McCormick drops back, has some time. Flush to his left. And now he's going to tuck it himself, and he's going to pick up 2 yards before he ran into Spencer Goldstein and Jack Flanagan. Meanwhile, the Union crowd is hollering for a holding call. Third down and long. You mentioned both teams have struggled on third down this afternoon.
Could be 4-down territory if they decide to go for a short gain here.
Union crowd really getting behind its defense. McCormick drops back, pressured, pulls it down, starts to his left. He's going to run, and he is going to get the first down as he goes out of bounds at the 41-yard line. RPI has a player down behind the play, but McCormick able to scramble and pick up that first down on third and long.
Union's just getting a little bit too greedy on this pass rush. They know they can get there, and they want to get the sack, but you got to keep your contain with your 2 outside ends. Second time a lineman's been down for the Engineers.
Yeah, the first time it was left tackle Danny Beckenhuis. I can't see the number here, but there's 3 or 4 coaches out to look at. I believe it's Beckenhuis again, actually.
Yeah.
That's the second time the graduate student from Reading, Mass., Danny Beckenhuis, has been down on the field for the Engineers, but he's able to pop back up. Veteran offensive lineman for the Engineers. So McCormick able to make the play with his legs and get the first down. It'll be first and 10 for RPI at the Union 41. 3:01 to go in this third quarter. Union leading 13-0. 4 receivers, 3 to the right side for the Engineers. Motioned out of the backfield is Buckley. McCormick gets away from the initial rush and then is driven down by the Union pursuit as it was number 9, Emilio Camus, who gets in there for the sack.
Amazing move by McCormick to avoid the first sack, but Union sent the house on that one. There were great jerseys everywhere, and McCormick had nowhere to throw that ball.
The 2 Union guys actually ran into each other as McCormick stepped up in the pocket, and then Camus sandwiched him to the ground. Big hit there and a big loss on the play of 7. Second down. McCormack's pass complete to Faraday, and Faraday is tackled immediately by Miguel Rodriguez, and it's only a 1-yard pickup.
Screenplay there, but they only gave one extra blocker up front, and it was quickly sniffed out by Rodriguez. Now a long third down when RPI needs it the most. 143, still down by 13 points.
If you joined us late, it's been Justin McCormack, the freshman in his second career start, playing injured Jake Kazanowski, missing his second straight game, the junior captain. And a flag flies. I think RPI was trying to draw Union off, and instead they false started themselves. So that's going to make this third down even more challenging for RPI. Again, we've talked about the struggles on third down. It's mostly, I think, because of the defenses. RPI, 5 of 12 on third down. Union is 0 of 8 on third down. I mean, both teams have struggled. RPI's actually gotten a little bit better in the second half, 5 of 12 on third down in this game.
Quarters coverage, sending everyone deep for RPI.
Pass is intercepted. It's picked off. Bringing it back to the 40, 35-30, and it's the second interception for this Union defense.
Nate Sullivan, his 4th interception of the year.
That's good for team high honors, the senior from Acton, Massachusetts. And the seniors and the 5th-year guys talked about coming back to finish this thing off the right way. And so far, this Union defense has been playing like there's no tomorrow here this afternoon. Haven't allowed any points in this game. Sullivan gets the pick and again sets our Union's offense up 1st and 10 at the RPI 30 after the big return.
Yeah, another very short field for Union. They came up with a field goal on the last one on the fumble recovery.
Here's Fiore, gets through the first line of defense. Nice job by Lapioli, the junior from Pennsylvania, to make the tackle. After Fiore picks up 4 yards. Fiore closing in on 100 yards in this game. He's got 86. Actually 88. Here he is again running left. Initially stopped, now bursts through and gets the first down inside the 20. And that's going to be the last play of the third quarter. And Union coach John Poppy is, is about as excited as you'll ever see, as he did about a 50-yard sprint down the field on the final play of this third quarter. As after 3 quarters, it's Union 13, RPI nothing. Union fans have an online store for all of your shopping needs. Visit UnionAthleticsGear.com for college gear and gifts for that fan in your life. Visit UnionAthleticsGear.com for all of your Union College Garnet Chargers gear and gifts. We got the holidays coming up. It's a great place to go. UnionAthleticsGear.com, all one word. As we get set for this fourth quarter, Union 13, RPI nothing. This is the 120th meeting. I don't know if this has been the wildest, but we've certainly seen a lot of different things. RPI has missed 2 field goals. They've thrown 2 interceptions, and they fumbled the ball down deep in Union's territory. So a lot of maybe what-ifs on the far sideline for head coach Ralph Isernia. There's still a lot of time left. Remember, the last time this game was played here, Union looked like and thought it had the victory on multiple occasions.
Yeah.
And RPI scored 9 points in the game's final 29 seconds to win that game 19-17. And right now they're having an announcement for assistant coach Pete Brown, class of 1983, who spent 4 decades here with the Union program, over 300 career wins as a softball coach, and both of his children, Christy and Packy, played sports. We're student athletes here at Union, so Coach Pete Brown being recognized as we get ready to start this fourth quarter. Picchetti's got time. He's going to throw it up, and it was almost intercepted by Cassius Johnson. Not what you want to do here on this spot.
Union had 2 extra blockers in there, but still able to get some pressure from RPI. Will keep them on the field. As 2nd down and 10 inside of the red zone for the Garnett Chargers.
I mean, that's really been the difference, right? Union has not turned the football over. RPI now has 3 turnovers. They've also have a turnover on downs, and they've missed 2 field goals. Here's Fiore running right. Has some room to get inside the 15, maybe a pickup of 3, and it's going to bring up 3rd and long. Again, both offenses came in averaging 38 points per game and over 400 yards, and what do you know? We got a defensive football game here, 13-0 in the fourth quarter.
Three wide receivers to the right side for Union, to the left side for Union. Michael Fiore in the backfield.
3rd down and 6 officially for Pichetti. Pichetti got to get rid of it quick. He throws it up, and it's incomplete. Pichetti got hit. It was Lapioli coming in along with Sicard.
Just a miscommunication there for the O-line, sending guys unblocked, but great job by Pichetti, able to get rid of it without a loss to give Max Gluck a good attempt here to bring it to still a 2-score game technically, but a much more difficult 2-score game with 2-point conversions needed for RPI to get back in this.
The ball looks like it's going to be held at the 21, so this would be a 31-yarder for Max Gluck. From the right hash, it is up, and it is good. And now an interesting quandary here if you're Union head coach John Poppy. Usually you don't take points off the scoreboard. This would not be enough yards for a 1st down, but it would make it about 4th and 1.
Looks like he's gonna take it.
Looks like Union is going to bring its offense back out on the field. So they're going to take those points off the board.
Should make it a 4th and 2 about. Or actually much closer. It looks
4th
like
and 1, yeah.
4th and 1, maybe even 4th and a half.
They moved the ball to about the 4, maybe 4.5, and it looks like they've got to get to about the 3.5 to get a 1st down. So Union brings its offense out onto the field. They would have had a 16-0 lead had they declined that penalty, but now they're going to accept the penalty, and on 4th and 1 are going to run a play here with 14:03 to go. It's Pichetti who pitches it back, and it's going to be stopped. So RPI's defense holds, and now a flag flies late. Pichetti, that was a weirdly designed play because you only needed a yard, and Pichetti looked like he dropped back to step first like it was a designed draw play, but all you needed was 1 yard.
Yep, Pichetti, the running back, which was a fullback, actually stepped forward instantly for the block. It looked like Pichetti was supposed to run behind him, but the play took too long and the space quickly collapsed. Pichetti had nowhere to go.
There is a flag down, but I believe it will be a post-play penalty. And it looks like it's going to be on RPI here after the excitement of stopping Union on 4th down. Maybe a little too excited as it'll be a half the distance to the goal call as an unsportsmanlike on RPI. But boy, oh boy! So now you have a 13-0 lead. The field goal went through by Gluck. It would have been 16-0. They declined, or they accepted the penalty on 4th and 1. RPI comes up with a huge stop. And there's a penalty after the play, which backs up RPI, but they're happy to just get off the field and get the ball back. Here's McCormick running out of time, now scrambles to his right, and he's going to throw it, and it's off the fingertips of McGoey and incomplete. So try to unpack all of what we've seen in the last minute to 2 minutes here.
Yeah, definitely interesting call. The field goal put the game a lot further out of reach, needing two-point conversions to get back to tied for RPI, but instead it'll be firmly within a 2-score game.
Relying on your defense, but also relying on your offense to pick up a yard. And Union could not do it on the offensive side. Now they got to rely on the defense again. McCormick's quick pass, and it's incomplete. He got hit as he threw in the end zone as he just fired that one in the direction of Sean Kelly, and that'll bring up 3rd down. I mean, the way Union's defense is played, I don't really hate that call, but when the field goal goes in, you're actually taking those points off the scoreboard.
Jack Flanagan there with a huge pressure. There's been no time in the pocket so far today for McCormick, but he needs a big completion here to keep the offense on the field.
3rd and 10 from the RPI 7. Running out of time. Flushes, gets away from it. His pass is caught by Gil Goldsmith, and he's got enough for the 1st down out to the 22-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 on 3rd and 10. RPI, quick snap here. Nobody's ready for this. And they get another 1st down as it was caught by Faraday on the far side. That was very bizarre.
Union had 12 players on the field during the play. I don't know if they were supposed to have time for a sub if RPI substituted. I guess they did not because there's still 12 players on the field.
That was very strange because it looked like the play was going to stop, and then RPI just kept going. This pass from McCormick caught on the far sideline as it's Kelly all the way onto the Union side of the field now at the 44-yard line. And what went from 3rd and 10 at the RPI 7, now RPI is all the way onto the Union 44-yard line. Shotgun snap. McCormick running out of time. A flag flies, and McCormick's going to be dropped and sacked as Cole Da Silva made the sack and then lost his lid. In the process, there is a flag down. Boy, oh boy, there is a lot of emotion out there on the field right now and on the sidelines for both teams.
I think Coach Poppy will elect to take this one. The penalty was pretty far back in the backfield.
I don't know. He might decline it and take the sack.
Yeah, take the down.
Yeah, the penalties decline. It's a big sack because it moves from the Union 44 back to the RPI 46. So it is a 10-yard loss anyway, and you lose the down.
Yeah.
So it'll be 2nd and 20 for the Engineers. Under 13 minutes to go in this game. It should wind when, as right there, we get the referee, the head referee, the white cap, winds the clock. Here's McCormick. Pass caught. And that's Paisley Nicholson, sophomore receiver, who made the catch to the Union 43-yard line. Pickup of 11. It's 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap. McCormick's throw is caught, and it's going to be short of the 1st down by Kelly. Only a pickup of 2. That'll bring up 4th and 7.
RPI will keep their offense on the field. Going to go empty backfield. 3 receivers to the left side, 2 to the right. No extra protection for McCormick. Going to need to get this one out quick.
Crowd very loud, maybe the loudest all game here at Frank Bailey Field.
One-on-one on the bottom of your screen.
4th down and 7. McCormick has time, throws, pass is caught by Faraday, and he's got the 1st down inside the 20.
McCormick, great job of finding the player deep under pressure with only 5 blockers in front of him.
This Union defense has been out on the field for a long time. The turnovers leading to short fields. This defense has not had a lot of break here in the second half. McCormick His throw to the end zone, and it is knocked away at the last second by Matt Mitchell.
Matt Mitchell, a great recovery there. He was playing low, waiting for someone to come out into the flats, but able to sprint and make it back to the ball as that ball was just a little bit late.
The Union defense, again, has been out on this field for a long time. 11:20 to go in this game. 2nd down and 10 RPI from the Union 18. Empty backfield with McCormick. He's going to run it. Has some room. Now he gets hit by a couple of Union defenders after he gets inside the 15. It'll be a pickup of about 4, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
Wouldn't be surprised to see if RPI tries to get a few runs in here. I think it's 4-down territory, needing 2 touchdowns to take the lead.
Yeah, the Engineers have missed 2 field goals in this game. So I'm not sure how much faith head coach Ralph Isernia has in his kicking game. 3rd and 6 from the 14, and Union head coach John Poppy is going to call timeout. I think this is a good move. The Union defense has been out on the field for a long time in the second half. They've gotten 2 interceptions, which is great, but it's set up Union with short fields, and that's not really allowed them to get a full break on the sideline. And RPI has just kind of kept driving down the field. Remember, this drive started all the way back at the RPI 7-yard line.
And there hasn't been any run plays, so the DBs have been getting a lot of running back and forth in coverage.
And all those guys up front run to the quarterback every time. So a big play upcoming here, 3rd and 6. What led to this is Union was on the other side of the field. They kicked a field goal, made the field goal, but there was an offsides call against RPI. Union head coach John Poppy elected to accept that penalty. It turned from 4th and 6 to 4th and 1, and Union couldn't convert. And then there was a penalty after the play against RPI, which backed up the Engineers to their own 7-yard line, which is where they started this drive, and they've moved all the way down to the 14, converting on both 3rd and 4th downs on this drive. 3rd and 6 for McCormack. Drops back. The throw is incomplete, looking for Kelly, and now it's decision time for Ralph Isernia. And doesn't look like much of a decision here.
McCormick had his man again, but just the pressure making him rush his pass a little too much, sticks to his hand and hits the turf first. 4th and 5 when the Engineers need it the most. 10:38 left in the game.
So RPI is going to go. From here, it would be about a 31-yarder. They've missed a couple about that distance. So they're going to go. 4th and 6, McCormack running out of time now, flush to his right, trying to get to the 1st down line. He gets to the end zone, and he's in for the touchdown. Justin McCormack, 14-yard run on 4th down, and finally the Engineers are on the scoreboard with 10:30 to go in this game.
Union College pass rush has been great today, getting a lot of pressure on the QB, but they've really struggled to contain McCormick. He's been the most prolific rusher for this RPI team so far. And it comes through there when they need it the most and gets the touchdown.
Extra point. This is a huge extra point. The kick is up, and it is good. The extra point, as that wasn't, that was Alexander Merrick, excuse me. Alexander Merrick, who came in to kick the extra point. And with 10:30 to go in this game, we got a brand new ball game. It's Union 13, RPI 7. And that was a 93-yard RPI drive. Able to convert on 3rd downs and 4th downs, and that was quite a drive for RPI.
And McCormick is having himself a day, has 67 yards rushing, taking out the sacks, to go along with 264 yards passing. Has basically been doing everything for this RPI offense. as a freshman.
Yeah, they certainly have had a lot of faith in him.
And it's been a rough day for him too. 5 sacks so far, operating against this very stout Union D line.
Kick is away from Merrick. A fair catch is called for, and so Union will start at its own 25-yard line. So basically a brand new ball game here. 10 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Union 13, RPI 7, and now Union's offense has to respond here. The last time they were out on the field, remember, it was 4th and 1, and they went for it after kicking the field goal, taking the penalty, and then couldn't pick up the yard. And now they've really got to get back on track here as it's only a 6-point lead.
Yeah, what could have been maybe even a 2-score game at this point if they didn't get the 2-point conversion has turned into only a 6-point game.
This is Anderson, pickup of 3. Tackle by McNeil and Sicard, along with Owen Boland. It looked like a freshman for RPI out there, number 60. 10 minutes to go in this game. Union leading at 13-7. They've led throughout. Piketty takes the snap. Gonna hand it to Anderson. Anderson puts his head down, and he's got enough for the first down. Thrown backwards by the RPI defenders, but had enough to pick up the first down to the 37. A pickup of 8, and that is a huge first down for this Union offense.
RPI rush defense has struggled so far in this game. Union almost 201 yards with that. In this game so far, early, the Engineers lost their leading tackler, D'Agostino, who hasn't come back yet.
1st and 10 for Union. Piketty throws it to that far side. It's caught. And twisting out of bounds is Landers Green after a pickup of, I guess, 4 or 5, depending on where they spot it. Pickup of 5. 2nd down and 5. Under 9 minutes to go in this game. Piketty takes the snap, hands it. This is Fiore. Fiore has got the first down, and he's close to midfield. And it looks like that was a 7-yard pickup, Connor. Union is going to say, hey, we're just going to run this ball, and you stop us if you can. It's Fiore again. Fiore. An up-tempo offense as Fiore gets 1 yard. The problem with that is you didn't run the clock all the way down. So they try to get to the line to kind of keep this RPI defense on its heels, but you could have ran probably about 30 more seconds off the game clock.
Yeah, kind of two conflicting ideas there, because the Union rush offense has been the most successful when they just run. Don't give the D-line a chance to recover. But at the same time, only 8 minutes left in this game. You want as much off the clock as you can.
8 minutes and 5 seconds to go in this game. Piketty motions Fiore out of the backfield. He's looking down, and he was looking for Raybacks. Raybacks ran into Cassius Johnson.
Yeah, it looks like Raybacks was maybe trying to run a different route there, or just got tangled up so much he couldn't make his break. But now a long 3rd down, and the Union offense looks confused.
Well, Union's had success on this drive running the ball. Then they got to the line quick and ran it with only a 1 yard, and then an incomplete pass. So now it's a 3rd and long here. 7:57 to go. That also stopped the clock. Piketty takes the snap. Throws, pass complete. Big toss and catch there, as it is, I believe, Landers Green again, who made the catch. Big catch, big play, big first down, big 3rd down conversion for Union to keep this drive alive and keep that clock running. First and 10 on the RPI side of the field at the 38. Paquetti takes the snap, gives. It's Anderson, I believe. He gets inside the 35. Good pickup on first down of about 5. And Union would like to keep that continuing, about a 5-yard clip. They'd love that. 7:05 to go in this game. Cafaro is the motion man. Paquetti takes the snap, hands to Anderson. Anderson looking for a hole to the left, not much room there, as McNeil was there along with Sicard up front for that RPI defense, and it'll bring up 3rd and 5.
Another big third down here. Union on the edge of field goal range. Could be able to go for it on 4th. They elect to run here. 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end for Union. Tight end will be on the right side. RPI stacking the defensive line.
And it looks like they jumped off sides. There wasn't any flag thrown, though. Throwing it deep, and it's incomplete on the far side. Not only that, there's no flag down here either. It looked like RPI jumped off sides, and then it looked like there should have potentially been a flag on the far side there, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
So the refs,
boy, oh boy.
The refs here are going to argue no one on the Union offensive line moved, and he got back in time. It was so close to the snap that no one on the Union offensive line reacted. So that'll be a no call.
Boy, oh boy. And then Paquetti thought he had a free shot down that far sideline, and it looked like there was contact down there. Boy, oh boy. Just a lot of confusion there because Union thought, okay, we've got a free play, and the Union fans are letting the this referee crew hear it. It certainly looked like RPI jumped off sides. Whether they got back or not, that's another debate.
Yeah, I can definitely understand the confusion, especially if you're a Paquetti. You kind of just assume that's a flag, but he definitely got back before the snap, so at least an interesting conundrum. And then also the no call on the far sideline for the pass. Union fans not very happy right now.
And Union now has to, they spend a timeout, which I think is a wise decision, but now you've only got 1 timeout left with 6:03 to go in this game, and it'll be 4th down and 5.
Surprised Union went for the pass on that play. Seems like if you knew you were going to go for it on 4th, you could have ran it twice.
Yeah, I don't know as that was the original play call, because Paquetti, I think, again, thought he had a free play. I think he thought, we're going to snap this. We got a free play to throw it down the field there to take a crack at the end zone.
Same formation as they lined up for on that last play.
See if Paquetti tries the hard count again. They snap it, 4th down. Paquetti's going to put it up, and it is incomplete. They were looking for Landers Green again, and it will be a turnover on down, so RPI will get the football with 5:58 to go in this game, and all of a sudden RPI's got the ball, and they trail by only 1 score here.
Paquetti pretty much ran the same play that he did twice in a row, unable to complete either of them. And now McCormick will take the field. 4 wide receivers and a running back.
He's thrown it pretty much on every down here in the second half. Lofts it up, looking for Faraday, and it's incomplete. Justin McCormick is 23 for 43. No touchdowns, 2 interceptions, but he's thrown for 264 yards and has the only touchdown for RPI, which was a 14-yard run on 4th down.
Along with 67 yards with his feet, if you take away those sacks.
McCormick takes the snap. Pressure comes up the middle. He evades it, rolls to his left. He's going to wing it down. He's got a man, and it's incomplete. Was looking for Caden White on that far sideline.
Caden White was wide open after the scramble play for McCormack, but McCormack off balance, trying to not get sacked, isn't able to get the ball there.
Yeah, that's not really how I don't think they drew it up. McCormack, run for your life and then just try to throw to White. He was open. He was open.
Amazing that he was able to get the ball out at all.
He's done a nice job avoiding this Union rush. He's been sacked 5 times. It could easily have been double that.
5 wide receivers for McCormack. He's the only one in the backfield.
Union rushes 4. McCormick's throw is caught, and it is enough for the first down. They get enough as it's completed to Gil Goldsmith. They needed 10. They got 11 to the 44. Clock runs, 5.5 minutes to go.
McCormack stand alone in the backfield, moving quickly.
Union rushes 4 again, and he's sacked. McCormack taken down back at the 35 as it's Jack Flanagan who gets in there, the senior from Madison, Connecticut. Huge sack because it keeps the clock running, and it was a big loss on the play of 9.
Amazing play there, too, by the Union pass rush. The secondary was not ready on the bottom of the screen. 2 open wide receivers, but McCormack just didn't have the time to get the ball out. Amazing diving tackle by Jack Flanagan.
2nd down and 19 for RPI. Shotgun snap. McCormick's throw is incomplete for Faraday. I don't know if Goldstein may have gotten a hand on it, or at least was in the neighborhood, but it hit Faraday and was not completed. He dropped it. It'll bring 3rd and 19. Well, Connor, Union has relied on its defense all season. The defense has been statistically one of the top defenses in the country. And it comes down here, 4:38 to go, 3rd down and 19. Union's only rushed 4 on the last couple of plays, so they could drop 7.
Now a running back in the backfield for extra protection for McCormick.
Takes the snap, has time in the pocket. Now it collapses, and he is going down as he's taken down by Spencer Goldstein way back at the 28-yard line. And RPI is going to have to punt.
We talked about the pass rush at the beginning of this game, how Union needed to get home to stop a very prolific passing offense of RPI, and they've came through today. That's their 7th sack so far, and countless other pressures that have really brought this RPI offense to a halt.
Elstein is going to punt. We haven't seen many punts in the second half. This is a pretty good one, and it is a fair catch called for and made by Kevin Raybacks at the 42-yard line. And with under 4 minutes to go in this game, Union leads at 13-7. Union fans, visit Katie O'Byrne's in downtown Schenectady, open for lunch, dinner, before or after Union games. It's the place to watch college, pro football, hockey with friends and family. That's Katie O'Byrne's Irish Pub, a proud supporter of Union College athletics and Union College football.
3 timeouts remain for the Engineers. Still a lot of time left, but they have to come up with a stop soon.
And Union's offense trying to finish this game on the field as Fiore will run right. And now the questions are, does head coach Ralph Isernia use his timeouts? It doesn't look like he is as of yet.
Still got
that was a 2-yard pickup.
40 left. He's looking to save them. See if he can get a quick 3 and out here.
And it's Matt McCorkle, the left tackle, who is slow to get up, then got up, then went back down. Now he's being looked at by athletic trainer Cheryl Rockwood. Remember, Union only has 1 timeout because they had to take one. They took a couple. They took one on the last drive where they thought they should have had a first down by penalty. And then I believe they took one trying to remember when they took the other
Yeah, it
one.
was
They definitely
it
took
was
the other
early
one.
in
Yeah.
the half with some confusion.
Oh, it was on the defense. It was when RPI was on their touchdown drive all the
Yes.
way down the field, trying to give their defense some time to take a break.
Yeah,
because
after,
they had
after
been
a
on.
long drive.
Yeah.
A lot of plays.
So that stopped the clock momentarily as McCorkle gets to the sideline.
Union looking to run the ball as much as they can. Have their tight end in on the left side, along with Michael Fiore in the backfield.
The clock starts rolling again. 15 seconds on the play clock. If you're Piketty, you want to let this thing run all the way down. 3:15 now on the game clock. They snapped it with 10 seconds, but Piketty is going to lunge forward, and he's onto the RPI side of the field, or maybe they'll spot him right at midfield after a pickup of 6.
Big third down here, 3rd and 2 for Union College. Trying to take off as much time as they can, 2:50.
Yeah, this is a huge third down, because if you get this, Coach Arcernia probably has to start using his timeouts.
2 tight ends in for Union.
3rd down and 2.
4 blockers on the left side of the offensive line. Michael Fiore still in the backfield.
Piketty takes the snap. He's going to hand it to Fiore. Fiore has got the first down. Michael Fiore. And that is a big first down. Stops the clock initially to move the chains. And now I think if you're RPI head coach Ralph Isernia, you have to take your timeouts with 2:20 to go and the clock rolling. And Union 1 first down away from salting this one away.
Even looks like Fiore got wrapped up a little bit before that first down, but got a big second push to get him well in front.
That's the problem when you're taking a shotgun snap and you need 2 yards. Now all of a sudden you need 7 yards because you're 3 or 4 or 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Piketty letting this thing tick all the way down, 1:49 to go. He's going to give it to Fiore. Fiore running left, and he's going to be taken down by Sicard. And Isernia will spend his first time out here with 1:42 to go. So RPI can get the ball back here by using all of its timeouts, but Union can end this game if they can get another first down. Well, who would have guessed, right? Union and RPI, we come right down to the wire here. Union leading at 13-7.
2 teams who average
close to 40
points
per
a game each. Exactly.
Each have 1 touchdown in this game. So it'll be 2nd down and 9.
Even both teams have had some good offensive gains, but there's been a lot of points that have been left on the table. We have 3 missed field goals, and fumble in the red zone from RPI at the end of that first half.
Yeah, the Engineers freshman quarterback, Justin McCormack, has thrown for 275 yards. He does have 2 interceptions, which have hurt.
Union with a turnover on downs in the red zone also.
Meanwhile, over on the sideline, Matt McCorkle looks to be done for the game as he's still being attended to by the trainers. That's a big loss for Union. They're going to run this one with Fiore to the right side. Michael Fiore has the first down. And that just might about do it here as he gets to the 25-yard line. Pickup of 21.
Yeah, I think Union might need
11, excuse me.
2 more timeouts still remain for the Engineers, but even if they get it back, they'll have very limited time.
Yeah, RPI takes their timeout. Oh, no, they actually are letting the clock run here. 1:15 to go.
I think they were trying to use the clock stoppage from the chains moving to their advantage a little bit, but they'll be very low on time.
Union is also low on time. They may have to take their 3rd and final timeout here.
Union trying to get set. 2 seconds.
Union's going to take its final timeout with 58 seconds left. Better to do that than to have some sort of miscommunication. Honestly, I think they can kneel this out here.
No, with 2 timeouts, If they take time on the with the ball in their hands, maybe it's very close. If they'll put more time back on the clock,
yeah, it looks like they
101.
put 3 seconds back on the clock.
I think that was from the chains moving. They did not stop. They'll add the time back.
So a minute 1, you said 2 timeouts for Coach Ralph Isernia, but it's first down.
They'll have to definitely run some plays, but if the plays take long enough,
Yeah.
the game clock should be able to run out before they, even if they don't get a first down.
Because theoretically, even if only 2 seconds go off the clock on the next 2 plays and RPI uses its timeouts, there would be 59 seconds left. Then if you run a play, you have 40-second play clock, and then it would be 4th down. So you're talking
10
maybe,
seconds.
Maybe if they, granted,
if these plays are fast.
Yeah.
And the timeout calls come in
And Union's
quick.
not going to only take 1 second on these plays. They're going to take the snap. They're going to run it with Fiore. And the most important thing here is ball security. Fiore gets the first down, slides down, and that, I think, will do it. RPI still has 2 timeouts, but they're backed up here as they take their second timeout with 54 seconds left to go. And now I think mathematically, I think Union looks to be in the driver's seat here. Barring anything, unforeseen.
Yeah.
Barring anything unforeseen. And in Union and RPI, the unforeseen has happened before. Remember, last time this game was played here, the Engineers scored 9 points in the final 29 seconds to steal the Dutchman Shoes, 19-17. And it looks like, based on the fact that everybody's kind of congratulating each other on the Union sideline, I have to imagine Union might just take a knee here. RPI has just 1 timeout. All you would have to do is take a knee. They could take a timeout, take another knee, and then take a third knee, and that should be it here. So that is going to do it, I believe. Fiore with capping off just a tremendous day for him as he finishes. It looks like he's going to finish with 118 yards. Piketty takes the knee. RPI takes its third and final timeout with 52 seconds left to go. But they are out of timeouts. '73rd Dutchman Shoes Trophy game coming right down to the wire. RPI has won the last 2. Union's last win came in 2019 when Union went to the NCAA tournament. They're hoping that with a 9-1 record this year, that will be their fate once again. If they can, we'll find out tomorrow at 5 o'clock. The 9-1 Union College football team has done enough to make it into the NCAA tournament. Piketty is going to take a knee. He takes a little bit of time and drops down to a knee.
Union just able to pretty much execute their game plan as we expected it to be. Put pressure on the quarterback on defense. Completely managed to stop the run. The only one with any significant rushing yards for the Engineers was McCormick in the scramble. And then the Union offense just put on a star show of running the football.
And that'll do it. Union takes the knee, and Union will celebrate as the Garnet Chargers will improve to 8-1, or 9-1 rather, and they'll get the Dutchman Shoes trophy back to Schenectady after RPI had won the last 2 meetings. Union improves to 9-1 with a 13-7 victory, and they got Coach Poppy with the Gatorade bath. A hard-fought game on both sides, though. Union 13, RPI 7. In this 120th meeting, Union wins for the 84th time in what will go down as one of the probably greatest games, considering RPI 7-2 coming in, Union 8-1 coming in, and Union does just enough to get the victory.
Such a good game with so many points. Really a game of inches here. 2 missed field goals from RPI could have put them back. This is a missed field goal from Union. Multiple turnovers in the red zone for each team. really kept it interesting the whole time, but Union able to pull through with some great rushing of the football and some great pressure on McCormick. Union able to pull out the win.
Yeah, we'll take a look at some stats here before we get out. We'll first tell you how we got here. First quarter, 31-yard field goal by Max Gluck. Halfway through the first quarter, made it 3-0 Union. Then Donovan Piketty early in the second quarter, Union's only touchdown in this game, made it 10-0. It was 10-0 at halftime. In the third quarter, Max Gluck, his second field goal of the game, made it 13-0. RPI didn't score until 10 minutes and 30 seconds to go in this game. The Engineers getting a 14-yard run from freshman quarterback Justin McCormack to make it 13-7, and Union's defense did the rest, getting off the field. McCormack had quite a day. He threw for 275 yards, but he was sacked 7 times in this game. And the last regular season game for Union, as they improve to 9-1, they are going to they'll put their resume right up with anybody here in the country. Only loss coming on the road against Ithaca. Ithaca wins the Liberty League title because of that tiebreaker. Yeah. But Union hoping that 9-1 will be enough to continue its season into the NCAA tournament. Meanwhile, RPI, a valiant effort. The Engineers drop to 7-3. We'll take a look at some of the statistics.
Yeah, Union offensively, Donovan Piketty, not the most prolific passing day, but it didn't really have to be. 10 for 22, 110 yards passing. Landers Green, the prime wide receiver, we saw him with that big catch in the first half down the right sideline. That was his long of 50, but 5 receptions total for 84 yards. And the player of the day offensively for Union, Michael Fiore, 23 attempts, 141 yards at a 5.7 average. Jonathan Anderson, also a great day, 86 yards at a 6.1 average. Union just did amazing offensively, able to run the ball, eat the clock, and the Union defense came through all day with the pressure on the quarterback. 7 sacks for them in this game.
Yeah, both teams had over 300 yards. In fact, Union had 363, RPI 304. 275 of that coming through the air for RPI, and yet only 7 points. And we talked about it. These are two offenses that score average close to 40 points per game. And this was a defensive game, and we've talked about it all year. Union's defense has been so great, and they weren't out there on the field when the game ended, but they made their presence felt and were able to get off the field and not allow RPI, which had a chance. They had the ball down 13-7, and you had back-to-back sacks, and there's the trophy right there, the Dutchman Shoes trophy in the back of the golf cart there, and it will stay in Schenectady until next season.
We talked about the Union front seven early on in this game. They allowed 1 yard per attempt for rushing for RPI. Just a great job. Both offenses were able to move the ball a lot. 19 first downs for Union, 18 for RPI. Both able to move. But just not many points. Union defense bend but don't break. A great showing today.
So as we were just asked here, Union will find out its fate in the NCAA tournament. Tomorrow evening is the selection show. Tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Union is 9-1. They finish a perfect 5-0 here at home as the team left, and then they came back out onto the field. I think they forgot one thing. They forgot that they had to be presented with the trophy. So we're going to stay with you here while the team is officially awarded the trophy as pinch hitting Steve Sheridan, the athletic communications director, has moved over to make sure we get a good shot of the trophy being awarded to the Union College football team here this afternoon.
See the great jerseys running back out of the locker room and moving into the center of the field. Shoes trophy right in front of us in the back of that cart.
Meanwhile, RPI is off to our right in the right in between the 10 and the goal line. They haven't moved. Coach Ralph Isernia talking to his team as Union happy to get its hands on the Dutchman Shoes trophy.
Where Union President David Harris will present the Dutchman Shoes trophy to to Union head coach John Poppy and the Dark Chargers.
And Union assistant coach Pete Brown is the one who is handed the trophy. Everyone was kind of pointing at Coach Brown as he's coaching in his final regular season game here at Frank Bailey Field, a graduate of the school and 4 decades of working with the program as an assistant coach. His son Packy played for the team, for the program, and for Union head coach John Poppy in his first Dutchman Shoes game, he'll get his hands on those shoes at some point here. I don't think he touched them quite yet, but he certainly will get a shot at it as Union celebrates at midfield. So that will do it here. Some thank yous to hand out. Thank you, as always, to Steve Sheridan and his crew, his athletic communications crew. Thank you to Union Athletic Director Jim McLaughlin, head coach John Poppy, Donovan Paquetti for joining us at halftime, and you for tuning us in all season. And here, the 73rd Dutchman Shoes Trophy awarded to Union College. It's been any final thoughts? If this may be our last broadcast, Union, again, will find out its NCAA potential fate tomorrow evening. But this could be it. This could be our last broadcast. Even if Union makes it, they may be on the road next week.
Amazing showing by the Union team today. They did everything they needed to do to win a game like this with so much emotion. They deserve everything they're doing on that middle of the field, and good luck to all the players tomorrow.
I have a feeling there's going to be a few celebrations tonight, and then Union will find out its postseason fate tomorrow evening. But for now, that'll do it for the entire crew here at Frank Bailey Field in Schenectady, New York. I'm Andrew Santillo for Connor Collette saying that's all. Union wins the 73rd Dutchman Shoes matchup 13-7 over rival RPI. That'll do it. Thanks for tuning us in. Good night.